this game?
Oh, okay.
As a bit of the favorite. Did I just?
Yeah, it's going to be Fort Vancouver ball.
Vancouver's ball. Off to a rough start.
That's okay. There's a first time for everything here.
So Fort Vancouver will take over the ball. Still looking for their first victory of the season. Offense yet to really get going this year. 1st and 10 from the 33-yard line. They'll be in the shotgun formation. You got 2 out to the right, 2 out to the left. Pass over the middle is intercepted. We're headed the other way.
Nice block.
That's
okay, this is going to be a touchdown.
A pick 6 right off the bat on that one. That was number 2, Miguel Cruz, with the return for the touchdown. But we do have a flag on the play around the 30-yard line.
There was a tough block on the return. I
might have an illegal block in the back, you think?
Yeah, we'll see who gets called back here.
So we might still have the interception, but it still looks like it's going to be Evergreen football. Waiting on the word from the officials as they meet. Here comes the call. It's a personal foul on Evergreen, but that will be, Ryan, am I right? That's after the interception?
Yeah, I think we're going to see probably 15 yards from the spot here, and
yeah, they're marching them back.
This will be Evergreen ball.
Here comes the replay. You'll see a great move by Miguel Cruz to read it right off the bat. The ball was a little bit overthrown. There's the block.
There's that.
Yeah, it looks like he went to the head on that one. And that'll get you 15 yards, but it'll still be Evergreen football. Not the start that Fort Vancouver wanted. Now we'll get Evergreen on offense. And they will also go from the shotgun with a one back. Up. Looks like we're going to have another flag on the play.
That was a jump on the offensive line?
I believe so. They'll be moving back 10 yards. Tristan Fitch will be your quarterback for Evergreen.
He's marching it forward.
Going the other way, so it looks like an offsides penalty.
We are about 60 yards from the action here.
Yes, a little high up. 42-yard line.
Box at the top of Kiggins Bowl Stadium.
Fitch will take the snap, and we have another flag. Bumpy start, I think it's fair to say.
Yeah, if you remove the kickoff from the equation, we've had 3 plays and 3 flags. We're going to march this back.
They're just going to move it right back to where we started. So now they'll be on around the 48-yard line.
Slate is wiped clean. 1st and 10 on Fort's 48.
So Evergreen is now attempted to snap the ball twice on offense, but we've yet to see a snap. I don't think Terry Hyde, their head coach, is loving that. He said
2 wide receivers right or left, 1 right. Handoff.
That's Zeisel Griffin getting to the outside, and he'll get close to the first down marker. Took a little bit of time for that play to come together. Nice read by Griffin. Got to the outside. Looks like they're going to mark it right. They're going to move it. That's a first down and 10.
First down, right at the chain.
I was able to talk to Terry Hyde before the game. And Orion, here's the interesting twist. Terry Hyde, Evergreen's head football coach. Where'd he go to high school?
Fort. Is that right?
Vancouver. So he's got love for his opponent tonight, that's for sure.
Yeah, I'm sure he's pretty cemented on his allegiances right now, though.
Back in the shotgun now on 1st and 10. Another handoff up the middle. That'll go for about 4 yards.
That's Trent He-Man. He's a master of the universe, if that universe is between the hash marks.
It's Hemin. I did ask on that.
It is Hemin.
He-Man would be better. I'll take another look at it. This is just a straight run up the gut. Couldn't break that first tackle. It'll be about 2nd and looking at around 7.
Shotgun again.
Gonna have our first pass He's looking deep, nothing there, scrambling around. It looks like he's going to go down. He gets out of it. Well done. But then there is a sack. Oh, is he down yet? There is a sack. Good defense there for Fort Vancouver.
Yeah,
their
that was
head
a
coach
nice
Stephen
stop.
Broussard has to be happy with that.
I'm sure. I mean, you want to contain the quarterback. Fitch looks really mobile. He was spinning out of that. He made it all the way to the side. He was ready to keep going.
Going to get another look at that. I think he'd be better off at throwing this ball away. You see him get out of one tackle there. Probably right here, couldn't make a decision and get rid of it, but instead he will take the sack.
Keeps his feet strong constitution there.
I think that was Devin Irwin, who I like because he's 5'5" and playing linebacker.
You know what you say, Craig, he's not big.
Plays huge. 3rd and long, pitch back to pass, going to throw a screen pass, but off the fingertips there of Trent Hemmen. And that is going to bring up 4th down. So well done by Fort Vancouver. Their defense put in a tough situation after that interception. And all right, and they held.
You see this, 4th down here. This is about the best they could have expected. They pushed them back. They're going to get a punt, possibly a chance to return, and we'll see their offense back on the field.
It looked like we were going to have a quick 6-0 lead on the pick six, but it's called back, and now Fort Vancouver will receive as Evergreen decides to punt, and why wouldn't they? It's 4th and like 227 yards, more like 20. Good snap. There's the kick. It's a well-placed kick. That's going to go right inside the 10, out of bounds at the 8-yard line. Well done by Zael Griffin, the sophomore. Looks like he was the one who punted that one right out inside the 10-yard line. That's what you want from your special teams.
I was watching in pregame. Zael he's a good receiver too. Looks like he's a jack of all trades.
And that's special teams, especially at this high school level. You never know what's going to happen. Well placed, good blocking, no return, and now Fort Vancouver will take over inside their 10-yard line. Of course, they ran one play. It turned into an interception last time out. I think it's Trevor Nervasa back in the shotgun with the handoff, but that is going nowhere. Well done by the defensive line as
that was Myron Lawrence with the carry. Myron Lawrence, big kid, wide shoulders.
Yes, but not big enough to gain any yards on that play, so we'll go 2nd and long. Looking at about 2nd and 11 as it looks like Lawrence lost about a half a yard or a yard.
It'll be interesting to watch the Evergreen offensive line here, or defensive line, as if they can push back. It's a real tight territory down here inside the 10.
At this point, we've got whistles and we've got a timeout. Fort Vancouver. Stephen Broussard wants to talk it over, knowing his offense in a 2nd and long deep inside his territory. And great story with Fort Vancouver's head coach, Steve Broussard. A lot of fans out there will remember him as a former Seattle Seahawk running back. I remember him as an Atlanta Falcon running back.
He was a Bengal in there somewhere.
Yep, he was. Another guy that is a compact guy. I listed him at 5'7", but if he's 5'7", I'm 5'9", and I'm closer to 5'5". So, but a tough guy, a 3rd down back, a guy that stayed in the league for a long time because he knew how to do things right. Was an assistant coach at college, went to Washington State as a player. He knows Portland well, was an assistant coach at Portland State University. Comes back to take over a program, Orion, that has struggled and is struggling this year, but
he's the right guy to do this, though. He has a team-first mentality. He's definitely driving home that this environment, this football environment, is everybody playing together brings success. And there's going to be a turnaround. There's better days ahead for Fort Vancouver after a winless season last year.
All right, 2nd and long. They're going to hand off, and we've got a nice hole, and that's going to get out for a 1st down. Excellent run. Great work by the offensive line. Trying to pick up a number on that run. Whoever it was effective. 2nd and long. Thought they might go with the pass, but instead they go with a run right up the middle. Offensive line gets the job done. And suddenly Fort Vancouver's out past the 20 and looking with a little at this game with a little bit more confidence.
Fresh set of downs, no longer pinned up against their own end zone. Let's see what they do here.
Nervasa again in the backfield. They give it to the big man, and he is a big man, but that doesn't go anywhere as Myron Lawrence is wrapped up again. Looks like another loss of a yard. We're going to go 2nd and 11, but heck, Orion, this was the best. This worked last time for him. Yeah. Interesting strategy, but we'll see if they go 2 for 2.
Well, good penetration by the Evergreen defensive line there. They were able to get around and cut off that side shot, and Lawrence had nowhere to go.
Nervasa, the quarterback, runs to the sidelines to get the play.
5 seconds on the shot clock. They're going to have to hurry up here. 3.
You know Orion's thinking about the Blazers when he's calling it a shot clock. They didn't get it off. They didn't get it off. It was interesting. Nervasa ran to the sideline to get the play. Not the most efficient way to get a play, and it cost them, is that's going to move them back 5 yards. Now we're looking at 2nd and 16, and we might need to see Nervasa throw a second pass, which he hopes he completes to somebody in red rather than his first pass that was the interception.
Yeah. That first pass fluttered a little. It got up. See if
they're still waiting on the call. I'm not sure exactly why it's complicated. We saw the play clock go down. Oh, he's waving it off, so maybe they gave him a time off.
Well, to me, Craig, it really looked like the clock was ticking from 1 to 0 when the ball was snapped. I think that's a tough one, and they may have reconsidered.
You don't see that often when they wave off a flag.
Well, so it's 2nd and 11. That's fortuitous. Going out of the shotgun this time. So.
And in the backfield with Myron Lawrence, just the fullback / running back. So I would expect a pass play here. Nervasa looks to the sidelines for the play. We're at 6 seconds on the shot clock. He's changing the play at the line. And now we're at 2. They get it off, and they hand it off.
Up the gut,
and
big push.
Not an effective play.
That's some good containment by that D line there. They grabbed on and held on. Linebacker help.
And you mentioned that Lawrence is listed at 5'9", 235 pounds, and
that's a tank. Craig.
He is a tank.
That's a tank.
So not easy to take down. We got a replay on that, and you'll see him change the play right here. I'm going to guess they were thinking pass, and then he changed it. Must have seen something, but whatever he saw didn't quite work out. Lawrence ended up running into a whole pile. Players on both sides. Here they are on the shotgun. Pass goes out to the right side, and that is overthrown on 3rd and long. We're going to be looking at a punt from Fort Vancouver as both offenses kind of struggling to get things going right now.
Yeah, that out pass, that's a tough one to complete. That's you want to get enough under it to get it there, but you want to lead the guy too. He was pretty well covered.
Even if that pass is completed, we're still looking at a punt from Fort Vancouver unless we have a tackle of broken.
Yes, true. Or one of those, some of that laundry we've been seeing a little bit of so far here. Speaking of laundry, very vivid neon pink socks on the Plainsmen's lower extremities tonight.
I believe it's Breast Cancer Awareness Month.
That is what it is.
We've been showing that off. 5 seconds on the play clock as Fort Vancouver failed to have enough on the line of scrimmage. They get it off. The punt is away. It will hit, roll. It is touched, I think, but rolls out of bounds at about the 46-yard line of Evergreen.
35-yard punt.
Not bad, got a roll, and considering right before the snap, it looked a little bit like they might be in trouble as they only had 10 on the field, and they ran the 11th man on, got the snap off just before the play clock would expire, got the kick, got the roll, and now we head the other way with Evergreen looking to put our first points on the board. We've got 7 minutes, 35 seconds left here in the first quarter as we are at the Kiggins Bowl, Evergreen and Fort Vancouver. First down, and the shotgun is Evergreen. Handoff, wrapped up. What a play by number 42 of Fort Vancouver.
Yeah, Nehemiah Polk Rashid got incredible penetration on that. He was on the running back just a split second after he got the ball.
It's like he knew that play. Didn't seem to have any problems with those blockers, and quickly got to the running back and tackled him. So it is 2nd and 10 now. Fitch back in the shotgun, leg kick, man in motion.
Ooh, fake the fly sweep.
One reef, and they go to the other way on the reverse. That is a broken tackle, and we have got a first down by Ziel Griffin, the sophomore wide receiver. Came around the end as they faked the fly sweep one way, gave it to the wide receiver going the other way. It worked. It's a gain of about 15 yards. First down and 10. Evergreen heading inside Fort Vancouver territory.
So, I mean, that was good blocking, but that was also pretty good one-on-one play there by Ziel. It was It was quite a nice run.
So it's 1st and 10 now at about the 34-yard line. Run up the middle, and that's a big
Griffin
hole.
Again. Oh.
And that is another first down inside the 20, gain of around 14. That hole was huge, Orion. You could have run through that.
Yeah, and I'm about as fast as one of those broken down RVs you see scattered around my neighborhood. Let's see a replay on that. We're going to see Griffin takes off right.
Nobody even close to him until
he ends up getting tripped up by his own player there. That was just ran out of space.
So 1st and 10 around the 18-yard line. Handoff going to
Griffin again.
Griffin again. That's a gain of around 4 yards. So Griffin seems to be the most potent weapon so far for the Plainsmen, as he's gotten every single yard on this drive. So we're looking at about 2nd down and I'd call it 6.5.
So there's been a lot of motion towards the right. Pretty much every play on this drive's been off to the right. You think they're setting them up for something? A lot of field here on the left side.
Maybe, or they just like the right side because it's effective.
Yeah, well, it is working. It is definitely working.
Say they might go to that well until it doesn't work anymore. The running game's certainly working for them out of the shotgun.
Right up the middle.
And that's going to be a good push. Going to get close to the first down marker. That time they gave it to number 30. That would be Serge Rusnik. I met Serge before. I think he said he was one of the rare Bosnian football players. So Serge is a big, bad man.
Now let's check out the replay and the blocking from number 75, Nate Fuatanavi. He pancaked 2 defensive players there.
He is a big man. So we're at 3rd down at about 1 yard. They're going to the left side, just like Orion predicted, and that is going to be down to the 1-yard line. They went to Serge Rusnak again. Rusnak, like I said, a big man at 250 pounds. Looked at the left side, rumbled down to the 1-yard line. So we have 1st and goal from the 1 for Evergreen as they're knocking on the door for the first score of the game. Once again, the offensive line doing great work to get him a big hole. He did a little bit of the rest, broke 1 tackle down to the 1-yard line. So here we are, first and goal from the 1, and
they go to
Rusnak, and great job by Fort Vancouver. The Trappers kind of setting the trap on Rusnak. Down, loss, 2nd down. Looks like they'll be around the 1.5-yard line. So they went to the well once too often on that one, Orion.
Now let's watch here. You see the Trappers come, they get that first containment, and then everyone teams up to take him down. That was a
great first hit by Joseph Endonino.
They're going to need to do that a few more times to keep 6 off the board here, though.
Just diving in, looked unblocked. Fitch again going from the shotgun formation on
Griffin's
2nd
back
down.
in the backfield.
And they give it to him, cuts up the middle, and we've got our first touchdown of the game.
Rael Griffin takes it in from 1 yard out. That was clinical.
Evergreen takes the 6-0 lead with 3 minutes and 56 seconds in the first quarter. They're on the board. And this is Orion, this worked most of the drive.
Yeah, it was run after run after run.
Yeah, that's the stop on the play before the touchdown where Rusnak got stopped. And after Rusnak got stopped, they went back to the well and got the touchdown. Extra point up. And it is through, and we have a 7-0 football game. Evergreen takes the lead. 3 minutes, 56 seconds left in the first quarter. So Fort Vancouver giving up points, needs to try to see if they can get their offense going. After a little bit of a rough start on their first possession, Orion, Evergreen seemed to have it going there.
Yeah, well, when you get the ball at the 45, essentially midfield. You know, they ate up about 3 minutes on that drive. It was just ground, pound, and they were rewarded for that effort.
And that's really when we talked to Coach Terry Hyde before the game. He said that he just wants to get their base working, really get their base offense working. And you know what that means. Offensive line, defensive line, control the line of scrimmage. And on that offensive possession, they certainly did that. I will say that Fort Vancouver, a couple times with some nice plays, tackles for a loss. But in the end, too many big holes left open up the middle. And that led to the touchdown. So
Coach Broussard sends out his special teams here.
Evergreen will kick off from the 40-yard line on a beautiful, crisp, but dry night here at the Kiggins Bowl.
There's a one day after full moon rising up over the trees to our right. The smoke from the barbecue billowing up into the lights to our left. It is a nice night here. Wouldn't mind one of those burgers, Craig.
Yeah, I'm a little hungry myself.
Someone's down there flipping. I'm seeing about 18 or 20 on the grill.
Short kick, bounces a couple times. It'll settle down. Someone better pick it up. Very smart play by Fort Vancouver Trapper there, who dove on it. Of course, that's a free ball.
Yeah,
if Evergreen picks it up, they'd be 1st and 10 deep inside Fort Vancouver territory.
Well, the ball looked like it wanted to skip out of bounds, and then, you know, as a wobbly little double-ended football will do.
Yeah, right here.
It changed its course.
It did, and we'll see who was smart enough to kind of jump on it if we can get a number. That was very close. Heads-up play to keep Fort Vancouver in possession of the football. That would have been a devastating blow. All in all, though, a great kick from Evergreen.
Yeah, if you're the Plainsmen, this is a nice spot to be in. Pin them back again. You know, Fort Vancouver's had some balls down.
We've got a loose football. Oh, late hit, and we've got a turnover. That is not what you wanted when you're Fort Vancouver. Evergreen football inside the 10-yard line right after the touchdown. They've got a chance to put another 6 on the board in a flash. We'll get a replay on this, and Orion, it is not going to be pretty.
No, it looks like the ball just little bit of a low snap, and then the defense was already into the backfield at that point. That ball bounced around, but there was
that's not
Jacob
a terrible
Tillman
snap.
with the recovery.
Trevor Narvasa just had trouble catching it. It wasn't a perfect snap, but it wasn't awful, and he just had a little trouble with it, bumbled it, and now Evergreen inside the 10-yard line looking to capitalize. On the 8, we're 1st and goal from the 8. Pass, Fitch into the end zone. We've got a touchdown. Well done. Inside, that's number 3, Nadell Hodzik, the senior wide receiver, 6 feet tall, 180 pounds, with the touchdown. And just like that, it is 13-0. Well done by Treston Fitch, the senior quarterback. Yeah,
Fitch knew exactly what he wanted to do on this play. He confident, stepped back, and he fired that in. It was a good touchdown. It's a good time to take to the air, too.
And now they'll look to capitalize.
And that one is low and blocked by the Fort Vancouver line.
So it'll stay 13-0. But still, tough blow for Fort Vancouver. Here's the block. I wish I could tell you exactly who the kicker was. He just kicked it into everybody.
Yeah, but
you know, that was
number 40 is now the guy who blocked that has a pretty good name. His name's Ezekiel Block.
Yeah, I mean, what else is he going to do when your name's Ezekiel Block? You've got to block kicks.
Now here's the touchdown, Craig. You can see Fitch comes back, and he just zips it in there.
You know, they've done that play over and over again in practice, both of these seniors. You know, they have a connection, timing pattern, stops, turns, football's right on the money, and it's a touchdown. Number 3 gets 6, and it's 13-0 for the Plainsmen. So they'll line back up right away and kick off. We'll see if they go deep or they try another kick that could set up a little bit of trouble for Fort Vancouver.
Now, they just scored their first touchdown 20 seconds ago, and not much time ticked off the clock there between that one and this one.
I think we're at 3:56 in the first one and 3:38 on the second one. So that's I'm no math whiz, but that's 18 seconds.
Yeah, if you score that way for the entire game, you'll be in the triple digits.
They go with the kickoff again. Oh, they go on the onside route. What a great hop it takes. But it'll be, we've got, luckily, number 3 for Fort Vancouver, Anthony Wilhite. It wasn't pretty, but in the end, he gets the football for Fort Vancouver. Another great onside kick, bounced over the first guy, gave the second guy trouble, but Wilhite doing the right thing on the football. Watch the bounce on this one, Orion.
It's kind of sketchy when it gets to Wilhite, but as soon as he gets his mitts on it, that ball's his. That was a close call.
He almost dribbled it like a basketball, and it bounced right back up to him.
Is there a rule against that? You just can't dribble it forward, I guess.
Not allowed to actually smack it out of bounds, so that is that's not allowed, but the old bounce worked. Fort Vancouver will be in the shotgun, and Narvasa hands off, and that'll be nothing doing. Defensive stop by 3 of Evergreen's defensive linemen, and that's for a loss. We're looking at second down at around 15.
Now it looks like here's the replay. That is their tight end Nehemiah Polk-Rashid in the back field with looks that like, carry.
They knew that play before it was going to happen. It's just taking too long for them to get out of the backfield.
It is. They're having to rush into every snap. Here it is. 3 seconds left on the play clock again.
Going back to pass, Narvasa up and over the middle. It's deflected and almost intercepted
had his hands on it.
By
Looked like Trent Heyman again.
Heman almost had himself. Sorry. I think that's how we go. He-Man's a better name, let's be honest. If you're going to play linebacker, that He-Man's a better name. But I asked before, I think when Hammond deflected up in the air by David Crawford. Crawford initially got his hands on it, went up in the air, and Trent almost had himself an INT. So now we're going to go 3rd and long, about 15 yards, not where Steve Broussard and his team want to be. Going to see if Trevor Narvasa can complete his first pass, and the sophomore 15 yards. Out to the right, but he
offense and on defense.
That line of scrimmage.
Surge comes right through the middle and gets his mitts. Narvasa is down.
And now the punter going to have to work out of the end zone, which is never, ever easy. I think he'll be rushed a little bit. Low snap. He picks it up. He gets the kickoff. Might have been deflected. That's not going to go very far. Picked up.
A little bit of a return.
By number 5. That's
flags.
Gerante Burns, and he is going to get to the outside and get to the end zone. But we have not 1, but 2 yellow flags on the field.
Now, we had a little stretch there, Craig, for quite a few minutes where we didn't see any penalties.
Right. More than made up for it on that play.
Yeah.
I think we know that's going to be the second touchdown called back now for Evergreen. They had the potential pick 6 called back
on the first play of the game, right?
And now they're in a holding. We'll move them back again. That'll turn a bad punt and a great return into a decent punt and no return. See if we can see.
I think they're calling it on number 22. I'm not certain, but
hard to tell, but it looks like they're going to move the ball back into about the 20. Let's see, it starts at the 28. They're going to move them all the way back to around the 38-yard line. Make that the 37-yard line, but still.
Sticks are moving.
For Fort Vancouver,
in the wrong direction.
Another sigh of relief. That could have been 20-0 in a blink of the eye. Instead, it'll be still decent field position inside the 40 for Evergreen, but Fort Vancouver has a chance here to keep them out of scoring, keep them off the scoreboard. Screen pass set up, out. It's going to be a gain of about 6 yards. Is number 3. That's Nadel Hodzik. Little jump at the end. Get them closer to the first down marker. Looking at about a gain of 4. Second down, I'd say 5.5.
You know, real crisp motion in this offense. I mean, that was executed.
Just kidding, that was a prank.
There's an execution here. They definitely know what they want to do. All the players seem on the same page coming out of the huddle.
Pitch
Pretty
back
much the
to
same
pass,
play.
going right back to the well on the screen. Caught. Knee was down. They'll actually lose yards on that completion. Of course, the high school / college rule gets you on that one. You catch the ball with the knee down, you're down.
You are down.
NFL, you get a chance to pick that knee up and run. So third down, about 5.5 yards. So Fort Vancouver with a chance here to cause either Evergreen to go for it on fourth down, which I wouldn't be surprised if they do. But they need a stop if you're Fort Vancouver. Down 13-0 with 1:42 left in the first quarter. Shotgun formation for Evergreen. They hand off. They go to number 12.
That's Griffin.
That is
Look
Griffin,
at him
and that
cut
is
back
a
to the
first
middle.
down. That's a cut, and that is a touchdown. What a run from Zael Griffin. Got the initial hole, got the initial first down. He did the rest, though. He gets himself a touchdown, and just like that, it's 19-0 with 1:34 left in the first quarter. We're going to see this one again, Orion.
Yeah, this is the first run of their drive, and Griffin's just like, give me the ball, I'll do the rest. Look at that downfield block. Everyone's clearing out a really wide lane for him to just go right to the end zone. He looks like he had another gear he didn't even have to get into there.
Set up for the extra point. It is up, and that one just sneaks through.
Yeah, it
is 20-0 Evergreen. Plainsmen with the lead. I'd love to tell you who the kicker is, but he's number 45 on the field, and we do not have a number 45.
And number 45 in our hearts.
On our roster, so, and no one, the kicker's listed as number 9, Kiefer Lopez, so we're going to give the 5'10" sophomore credit for that because I don't see any other kicker, so got to be Kiefer or Kiefer Lopez, right, Orion?
Call that Kiefer, yep.
Sure.
And, you know, he had that second extra point blocked, but his first one was driven well, and that one there.
And every one of his kickoffs has been effective, whether it's been a short kick that's caused problems, it's been the onside kick that's caused problems.
Well, those bouncers can be confusing. You know, I mean, is it going to go out of bounds and you get the ball at the, at the 40 or make them re-kick, or it's.
Here's what we do know: Fort Vancouver has yet to get a return on one of Evergreen's kickoffs, and each time they've been inside the 20-yard line. So that is what you want from your kicker. That is what you want from your special teams when you are kicking off. Fort Vancouver still looking for their first return, and this will be their 4th kickoff.
Right. Well, I mean,
opportunity.
I'm sure they're looking for a little bit better field position this time. If they could start this drive outside of their own red zone.
Lopez skids it across again. This
there
one is
go.
Picked off. He gets a good bounce. He's got a hole. He is going to get better field position as he gets it over to the 35-yard line, about to the 36. So Fort Vancouver will actually have their best starting field position since this game began. And that's, not saying much, but at least they'll be able to begin in a position that gets them closer to the 50-yard line.
And that kick, another one of those squibblers. If you look here, the kick goes off one of the front 5 of Fort Vancouver. But then it's
picked up by Anthony Wilhite. Right?
Oh, was it? Okay.
Yep, Anthony Wilhite. I think. Nope, you're right. It was Sean Minta, number 2.
Big kid. He's a senior.
So they'll start out 1st and 10 from the 36-yard line. Trevor Narvasa back to pass.
Oh, and it
ball
is
deflected and then intercepted by the big man, number 73, Justin Tom.
73 or 79. I think
it's
that
79.
Alex
That's Alex
Rodriguez.
I knew he was bigger than 5'9".
No, but the reason, the whole thing that makes this interception possible is the hands.
The deflection by Trent Hemmen. He's been everywhere.
He has.
But number 79, Alex Rodriguez, he is not used to getting interceptions. When you're a defensive lineman at 6'4", 280, the ball does not often end up in your hands. Well done. Big man showing he's got claws.
Yeah, I'm sure he'd like to take that ball home, put it on the mantle. I know I would.
And so they'll take over now inside the 30-yard line at the 28 with 1 minute 17 seconds left in the first quarter. Evergreen looking to pile on, already up 20-0.
So many possessions already in this
Back
half
to pass,
for Evergreen.
he's going deep. It's floated up there. That ball,
what
my
an
God,
incredible
absolutely
catch.
taken away. Should look like an interception. Instead, it's a touchdown from Luke Allen. The junior wide receiver just took the ball away from the defender, grabbed it, runs into the end zone, and gives his team a huge lead at 26-0. All right, I thought we had an interception.
It looked like it, and he somehow levitated. I don't know if he's got magic shoes, but he seemed to stay in the air longer than your average man, and his arms went around, and that ball was his. That's
There it is. That ball looks
he wants
picked
it.
off.
Oh.
He just reached over the defender, took it out of his bread basket, and look at this. He's celebrating the end zone, and his team is going for an extra point to go up 27-0 still in the first quarter. Took him a while to score, just 3 minutes and 56 seconds left in the first quarter to make it 6-0. We've got 1:10 left in the first quarter, Ryan, and it's now 27-0. What an explosion from Evergreen.
Well, turnovers will doom you, and you get into a situation where you're always defending the other team in your own half of the field.
Oh, it's brilliant every time you see it. Every time you see it, you're not sure how he got it done.
You know, we used to have something on the high school blitz, a play of the night, and I think right now that's my play of the night.
Doesn't get much better than that because I still can't figure out exactly how he was able to turn that interception into a touchdown. You know, the defender for Fort Vancouver's just shaking his head on the other side of the field.
Sure, that was his ball.
Yeah, he was looking the other way, thinking he had himself an INT, something to brag about tomorrow. Well, you know, with his friends and family and on Monday at lunch, and instead he's looking at number 16 running into the end zone and giving Evergreen a demanding lead here in the first quarter. Ryan, we knew this was a potential to happen just because Fort Vancouver has struggled greatly just to score the football this year, and we knew that Evergreen had the advantage. But with 3:56 left in the first quarter, we thought, hey, it's still a football game, and now we're still here trying to get to the second quarter. Fort Vancouver just hoping to field the football off the bounce. Well done, heading to the outside, getting towards the 40-yard line. Fort Vancouver has to shake it off and see if they can just start putting positive plays together, because at this point in time, down 27-0 in the first quarter. Tough job from head coach Steve Broussard and his assistant coaches to just keep these kids' head in the football game and try to let them know, hey, look, it's one success at a time right now. Let's get a first down. Then we'll think about it getting inside their territory. Then we think about scoring some points, and then we start thinking about what we got to do on defense.
Yeah, Coach Broussard's looking to see some proper execution right here, show that his team is still focused.
Ravassa with the handoff to his big running back, but nothing doing there. That's going to be a loss. I think that was Myron Lawrence up the gut. That play has just not worked all night long. Second down, about 12 yards.
You know, if you're Coach Hyde, though, you probably like to see a game like this after last week's, it was a tight loss to Prairie, just, by less than a touchdown, and I'm pretty sure that this is sort of music to his ears.
And not good news for Fort Vancouver is their big offensive line, and Darius Jackson, 6'6", 315, the senior, just asked out of the game. Don't know if he just needs a breath or something's hurting him, but when you lose your biggest lineman, and the offensive line has struggled already. That's a back pass. That's a fumble. That is a loose football. That's a back pass. That ball, they ruled it an incomplete.
Wow.
Woo.
Well, I would have called that from where I stood. That was a...
That's a lateral.
Lateral. A lateral's a live ball.
So I think that they call that play off before the snap, though. That's the only thing I can figure.
Oh,
nope, they didn't. They're saying third down.
Well,
Fort Vancouver catches a break on that one.
Yeah,
an incomplete pass. It certainly could have been
it was close.
Free football. You're
we'll,
being generous.
We'll give them the benefit of the doubt on that. It seemed like a
third
close,
down and 12.
4 wide for the
Fort Vancouver
Trappers.
still looking for their first pass completion.
Going up.
It's floated up in the air. Good job by Fort Vancouver's wide receiver, Sean Minta, just to break it up. He turned from wide receiver to defensive back in an instant, because that could have been another interception.
Evergreen's Miguel Cruz had eyes on that ball. It just floated long enough for the offense to play a little defense.
So Darius Shear looks like will be back to punt again. He's standing around his 25-yard line as it's 4th and 12. Fort Vancouver just nothing going on their offense, the passing game. And that's a high snap's going to get over the head. He's going to pick it up, and that's going to be another turnover.
And that ball is
up,
live,
and we're going to have ourselves.
Wow.
Is that a special teams touchdown? They're going to rule him down at the 1-yard line. Everything going Evergreen's way. Fort Vancouver just struggling to execute in every facet of the game. It was a high snap. Hard to blame Darius Shear as he couldn't reach it. He tried to pick it up, but when you're a punter and you're all alone there is no lonelier feeling in the world than knowing the entire defense is coming to get you.
On your tail. Now, who picks that up? I think that might be number 4, David Crawford. Pretty heads up to pick it up and head for pay dirt.
Just tackled at the 1.
Yep. Well, that's the end of the first quarter.
27-0 Evergreen, and they are knocking on the door at the 1-yard line to begin the second quarter. Not the kind of play that you're looking for if you're Fort Vancouver. I mean, here they get their best field position of the game, and instead of turning it into points, it ends up being a punt attempt that goes awry, and it leads to Evergreen down at the 1-yard line.
Well, you look at this first quarter score. Evergreen has 4 touchdowns. And you see a 27-0 score. You'd say that's pretty lopsided, but that pretty much reflects what we've been seeing today. Yes. Turnovers, incredible field position to start drives, and Evergreen just seems to be humming. And
Fort Vancouver certainly helping them. Fortunately, they're not executing on their end of things, and their mistakes are turning into points. And here we are, Evergreen, first play of the second quarter from the 1-yard line. You know they're going to give it to the big man. They do. Up the gut, touchdown from Serge Rusnak. It's their version of the Bosnian Beast touchdown, and just like that, it's 33-0. We'll show you how they got there.
The punt at the end of the last quarter. Now, I mean, look at the pursuit. Everyone's on it.
Excellent hit there. By number 17, Daniel Moltisanti.
Moltisanti?
Sure.
Yeah.
The junior was the one that would not let the punter pick it up, kept the ball loose, and suddenly picked up and headed the other way. Now we're looking for the extra point. Put them up 34-0. Here we are early in the second quarter. Once again, the only mistake really that you could give Evergreen is a missed extra point in the first quarter. At
this point, it's been that one
right through. Straight through. That's the best one we've
good-looking
seen
kick
all day. 34-0.
Now, it's a tough place to be in here for Fort Vancouver. I mean, Coach Broussard's got to send his team back onto the field to field another kickoff and try to get something happening. On that last drive was the best they've looked. They had, they moved it a little. They moved it. I think that what we want to see now is some.
They had 2 early first downs, Ryan, in the first quarter, both on running plays. They've yet to complete a pass. And when you're down 34-0, you need to rely on getting points. But at this point, if I'm Fort Vancouver, I'm just looking to execute on offense in any way. I'm not even going to look at the scoreboard. As I said, victories, small victories is what you're looking for.
Number 22 there at the 50. He's your size of guy there, Craig.
Which is never a good thing on a football field necessarily.
This is exactly who I want playing on the front line here on my kick return special teams.
You've got to figure at this point that Evergreen's just going to straight up kick off up 34-0.
Well, yeah,
but you don't know.
I mean, I don't know if those kicks have been gamesmanship or if it's been.
That's
just
what they got. Well, the onside kick we know for sure was on purpose. And most of them have been, having the skitters across the line, and he's going to do it again. He's going to drop it into no man's land, but this time it is picked up. One move, but we've got a fumble. This is just heartbreaking at this point in time. Another fumble. This one again picked up by Evergreen. Nothing going right for Fort Vancouver. At this point, they just can't hold on to the football, Ryan.
They've made it to fourth down and had punts, but on those punts there have been turnovers. There have been turnovers now on a kickoff, and 2 other near turnovers, and then the interception.
The defense has to be exhausted. I mean, they haven't gotten a break, and here it is. He picked it up nicely, but then he fumbles. A nice strip by Evergreen. Yeah. Down it goes, and White and Green is on top of the football, and now their offense back out on the field. 11 seconds left on the play clock. It looks like some confusion from Evergreen getting the play in. 4 seconds. They're going to have to call a timeout, or they're going to face a penalty. Shot. Well, they didn't call the penalty as it looked like the play clock went out.
Completed pass, is it?
That's incomplete.
Yeah, that seemed like it never really was in his possession. Sort of danced on the receiver's fingertips there for a while. He played a little hot potato. Then the tackle came.
I think what happens is when you're on the offensive coaching staff and you're on the offense there, you're watching a kickoff, you're not talking about what's going to happen in the next 30 seconds. You're thinking that your team's going to go on defense and you're going to talk about the next possession, and then suddenly you've got the football, you got to run on there, and there was a little miscommunication. Never seemed to have the right personnel on the field. Late snap, they didn't get the penalty, but pass is incomplete.
As much as Fort Vancouver's defense has to be tired, I mean, you can imagine there's a little bit of fatigue coming for the Plainsmen's offense here. They've spent a lot of time on the field today.
That's true, but Orion, there's nothing that energizes a player than scoring.
Yes, and you know, I see over on that sideline with a lead like this, we might be seeing some underclassmen come in, get some opportunities here. This is Evergreen could still learn a lot from an advantage like this.
They're still trying to build their program and head that in the right direction, playoffs and beyond. Now it's going to be third and long, third and around 12. Back to pass behind the wide receiver. So we're looking at 4th down and long. Now they are inside Fort Vancouver Trapper territory, so they might choose to just go for it with a 34-0 lead.
Yeah, not a lot of personnel change on
this. They'll go for it, and why not? Now I see some changes in personnel. We'll see if they'll go to punt or if they'll just go for it.
Yeah, they're bringing in several members of the offense. Griffin just came in, and so did.
Yep, they're going to go for it.
Yeah. This.
Can't blame them. Not much to lose.
This is a passing down, though. They don't have their normal running back in the back.
Yep, the screen pass off to the right. He's not going to get the first down. Well done, Fort Vancouver's defense. Turnover on downs. The Trappers have the football back. That turnover didn't cost them in points, but it certainly didn't help them when it comes to, feeling positive about what's going on. Let's see if the Fort Vancouver offense can get anything going. 2 early first downs on runs, no pass completions up to this point. They'll start on their own 26 with 11:34 left in the second quarter, still looking to put their first points on the board. And this has been the story for Fort Vancouver all season long. Failures on offense leading to problems on defense, and that's why they're still looking for their first victory, Orion.
Well, the Trappers defense has to be happy with that. That was 4 downs. They held them, and now if they can get a little breather.
Rabasa back in the shotgun. He's deep, and it's another bad snap.
I guess we'll call that a shovel pass, but sort of a two-handed shovel pass.
Which is good. I mean, there's just no time. There's kind of a jailbreak there.
Yeah.
And that kind of pressure causes the offense to make mistakes.
They tried a little trickery there too. They had sort of a fly sweep looking play, and quarterback just tried to get rid of it. Things were not shaping up well. But you don't lose any yards on that. Don't take a sack.
Second
and 10.
Sophomore back to receive the snap. Looks like he's looking over to maybe changing the play. 3 seconds now on the play clock.
Yeah.
And that's movement. And that's going to move him back 5 yards, I believe.
It looked like the offensive line several moved before that ball was snapped.
Well, you saw Norvasa
again,
look at his coaching staff right before with about 5 seconds left, maybe unclear on the play, and that's never what the offensive line wants to hear when a guy's in the shotgun. Confusion on the snap count, and suddenly it's now 2nd and 15, and they're going to be on the 21-yard line. Norvasa is just a sophomore, so he's still young. When you see a sophomore quarterback, you know that they're not deep at the position, especially when you're seeing the struggle on offense.
Yeah, every snap he takes, he's learning something.
Receives the snap, handoff. Oh,
Lawrence.
My goodness, Lawrence has just stood up. The kid's too tough to go down, but it was a wall he was running into. 2.
Took a herd of Plainsmen to bring him down, but that's, he's tried running up the middle and, off tackle several times, and I mean, he just runs into a wall of green and white.
Now we're looking at 3rd and about, 16, Orion?
17 on the scoreboard.
I'm going to go with 16 and a half, so we're both right.
I like that. You've nailed the half-yarder. You said something a little earlier. I want to double-check your work, and you nailed it.
Norvasa deep in the shotgun now. He's going to go back to pass. Good. Short pass, that's a completion. Not a lot of yards, but hey, at least they completed the pass, and it'll be 4th and long. And the punt team will come running back onto the field. And we wish better luck this time around for Fort Vancouver's punter, Darius Shear, whose last time was...
That was Nick Lorenzo with the catch. He came off a little bit gimpy, dragging that left ankle.
Remember last time, Shear, ball was snapped over his head. This time, a little low. He picks it up, gets the
he got a kick off that time.
And we're going to get a good bounce. See if they'll pick it up. No, well done. Shear's going to take those bounces and get it inside the 40-yard line. Rolls down to around the 36-yard line. That's as good as you can.
That goes down as a 40-yard punt, Craig. And I think a 40-yard punt.
Based on the fact that the last punt ended up on their own 1-yard line, and without possession, they'll take that. And here comes Evergreen's offense back on the field with a very tired Fort Vancouver Trappers defense. Last time they did their job. 4 and out, got the offense back to football and kept Evergreen off of the scoreboard. And when you are Fort Vancouver, those are the victories that I'm talking about. That's the kind of things that the defense can go back and their defensive coaches can say, hey, job well done. Offense puts you in a tough spot, and you were able to come out, get the job done, give the offense another chance. But here's Evergreen.
And, Fort Vancouver's quarterback, Norvasa, he completed a pass on that. I mean, there's things you're seeing. There's better protection.
Bad snap by Evergreen, but picked up. That's a different quarterback, and he's just going to toss it up and out of bounds. And in at quarterback there, number 18, that was Ryan Blaze. The junior, 6'1", 205, came in, first snap to him. Not pretty. Not the way you want to come into the football game, but smart move to throw it away.
Yeah, that showed a lot of situational awareness. He got outside the hash marks.
Oh, he saw the nope, they're saying he did not get outside the hash marks. Intentional grounding. That'll move the football back. That's what you get for complimenting him too soon.
I could have...
Now we'll have to see.
I could have sworn
it was close. He did a lot of running, but I think he did a lot of running backwards.
Again, we're about 60 yards from the action here, so
that'll move them way back down to the 22-yard line. So then it's going to be first down and a whole lot. Let's just say that.
So they marked the ball from where he got rid of it, right?
Right, and it's a loss of down, so excuse me. That'll be second down.
Yeah, 2nd and 24, Craig.
Not what you want when you're first coming into a football game as a quarterback. Let's get Ryan Blaze in the game.
Blaze might be a guy that likes a challenge, though.
Who does? He's back to pass and throws it over the middle, and
that ball had some mustard on it.
It did, and he kind of left his wide receiver really open to a hit. And that's why that pass went incomplete. You cannot blame the wide receiver for not going full-fledged on that one because he was leaving his kitchen wide open for a hit. See it again here, Ryan. And this is not what you want to be. Number 12.
Yeah.
That is Austin Real James. the real deal on that one, making sure there's no completion. So now it is 3rd and long, and once again, second time in a row, Fort Vancouver's got a chance to do the job on defense. Snap,
3rd and
back
24.
To pass, step it up, he's got time, floats it over the middle, and that was almost intercepted, in and out of the hands of Nick Hawk, who's trying to be a ball hawk. Fortunately, it falls incomplete for Fort Vancouver, because that would have been their best play of the game. You can see the pass kind of, I think it ends up right in his lap.
Yeah.
Nope, it was deflected and went down to his knees. So,
you know, the sophomore Tay Marks was, he was on a horse. He was wide open about 25 yards downfield, but it was a hard pass to make, as Blaze had to dance around a little bit there before throwing.
So second punt for Evergreen. They punted on their first possession of the football game, scored on every other one until the last one when they went 4 and out. That's going to be delay of game. So they're going to call before that. It's going to be movement, but either way, the ball's moving backwards, and this is Fort Vancouver's best offense of the game right now.
Yeah, they're gaining yards. It's 4th and 29. Once we go for this.
And Evergreen
snap.
will be kicking from inside. Their punter will be inside around the 5-yard line. So Fort Vancouver with a chance to get really good.
Yeah, if they can get
field position,
they can get in there. This is a chance to make a big play.
Time to kick. The
Pretty
kick is off.
good.
That is going to drop and roll. It's going to settle down right around the 44-yard line, but still, if you're Fort Vancouver and you're Coach Broussard, that's a victory.
Yes, you held them, you forced them back, you forced some mistakes, and now you have the ball near midfield. It's you know, quite a promising place to be starting from. If you're the Trappers, you have an opportunity now. Your quarterback doesn't have that pressure of his own end zone pushing up behind him, and let's see what they do here with 9:31 left in this first half. Down 34-0.
Needs some help. He needs offensive line to get his running game going, some kind of positive yards. Multiple times now they've handed off on first down, and it's ended up being 2nd and 11. So
yeah, we've seen several 2nd and 11s.
There's
Lawrence
get
again.
Out to the outside. There you go.
He's trucking. All right.
That is going to be positive yards, around a 7-yard gain, and that is going to be the big man, Myron Lawrence. He's pumped. He's saying that's what we need to do, offensive line. Get us closer. About a 6-yard gain. I might have given him a little extra, but either way, now you're 2nd and 4. Now the defense can expect a pass or a run, as opposed to the last few possessions when they knew that the pass had to happen because it was 2nd and long.
Now, like every other run for Lawrence, he had a ton of Plainsmen touch him. That time he just broke through. He was pumping those legs. It's Lawrence again.
He's got a big hole. He's got himself a first down and a little bit more inside Evergreen territory. Suddenly, Fort Vancouver's got something going.
Gain of about 7, so that's 6 and 7 yards on those last 2 carries for him. That's got to be
Jerome Bettis looking run here. So
high
big
knees,
man
though.
Gets outside, showing the high knees, as you
Yes.
mentioned. Not a ton of speed, but enough speed to give them a first down. So here we are with about 8 minutes and 39 seconds left. 1st and 10 from the 41-yard line. They go to Lawrence again. Another positive run. That's about 4 yards. And the offensive line, they come away clapping, starting to get some confidence as they look to put points on the board for the first time this game.
Now
Not as effective as the first 2 runs, but heck, 4 yards that's going in the right direction.
Yeah, I want to mention Evergreen hasn't put in a lot of underclassmen on defense yet. They're still playing a lot of their seniors, and for the first time on this drive.
2 backs, hands off, and we go to someone different, and that's a big hole. That's a first down and more inside the 20-yard line. That's number 42. That's the first time we've seen Nehemiah poke Rashid, and I think they should go back to him, Orion, because that's what we call a positive play.
Yeah, he was fleet of foot, and with all these handoffs to Lawrence, I sort of got into a rut there a little bit, and if I was the defense, I might have been expecting another one of those handoffs, and When you
Boom,
go
they
to
went
Polk
the right side. They were
Rashid,
going left, left, left. This time they go right.
Oh,
There's a
nice
big
hole.
hole. There's the acceleration. He breaks one tackle and he carries another one inside the 20. They're going back to him. This time he cuts inside. That's a gain of 5, making 6, maybe 7. And Fort Vancouver has got themselves into the red zone. They're toward the 10-yard line. It's going to be second down, about 4, and we're looking at the 14-yard line. Steven Broussard's teams, suddenly we've got some offense, red and black, looking to find pay dirt.
and it's amazing how much easier this offense is to play when you're getting positive yards on every play. It's, not a lot of decisions to make for Narvasa. He's getting the ball to his guys.
Second down, we've got trouble with the snap, and this is what happens.
That's
My
a turnover.
goodness, this is just heartbreaking for Fort Vancouver. Everything going right for them, and suddenly they get a bad snap. It kicks off their quarterback's leg. It winds up in the hands of a man in white and green, and it's heartbreaking for that offense. Gosh, I feel for those kids, Orion.
See, three in the backfield, and it just goes down, and that.
He picked it up, and then he tried to hand it off, and I think he would have been much better off just taking the loss. Narvasa, though, the sophomore, trying to do the right thing, trying to fix something that went wrong and make something positive out of it.
Right,
but instead it ends up going from bad to worse, and suddenly, look at this, Evergreen with the football, and Fort Vancouver's defense back on the field.
Well, that
Screen pass on first down. It's completed. Plenty of room. That's going to be close to a first down marker. And you know that the defense for Fort Vancouver's got to be a little heartbroken there. And taking advantage is Ryan Blaze. Throws the quick screen. It's complete. It is a first down. Evergreen gets it done. And they're on the about 25-yard line and headed in the other direction.
Well, Craig, that was probably the longest break that the Fort Vancouver defense had that drive where the Trapper offense ate up like 30 for 35 yards, and so we'll see if these guys can hold them.
Blaze back in the shotgun again. This time it is a handoff off to the left side. That's a gain of about 2 yards.
That's Jalen Fight, the freshman, with the carry. Am I right on that?
Yeah, that was number 13, Jalen Fight. That's our first freshman, and I think he's the only freshman on the varsity line. No, there's another. See another listed.
They do have
not many.
Yeah, freshman
Landon
QB.
Allen, also a freshman.
Learning from the sidelines there.
But the freshman wide receiver, defensive back, was in the backfield there. 5'10", 150 pounds. Plenty of growing out to do.
Now,
looks like we might have a penalty because the offense is walking backwards. We haven't gotten a call yet from the referee, but here it is. I'm thinking holding, and there it is. Holding 10 yards the other direction. And once again, Fort Vancouver's defense has a chance to give their offense a chance, as we're going to be looking at first down and 19 for Evergreen.
So I guess that screen pass got a first down?
Yes, it did.
Okay, all right, well, that'll be that. Three wide right here on this one.
Yep, Blaze back in the shotgun, the handoff up the middle. Well done by Fort Vancouver.
Yeah,
there was a huge hole.
He didn't
make that tackle. We're looking at a long run, and I think that was that Nick Hawk?
I think that may have been Serge Rusnick again.
Probably was.
Was it number 30? I mean, it's...
No, Serge Rusnick with the run, but I think it was number 7 that got the tackle. No. Tackle, we'll see if we can catch a number.
Oh, it's number 65, perhaps.
Well
Aaron Mino. He's a senior. That was a good stop, boy. That was necessary.
Now we're second and long at around 15 yards. Back to passes. Blaze. He's looking for the bubble screen. Good patience. Finds his man. It's complete. Headed out towards the first down marker. It's going to be close to a first down.
I think we might get a face mask on that. The way he spun when he was tackled, it looked like there may be a penalty.
I think that was Miguel Cruz, the senior. Well done by Blaze. He went for the pump fake because the play had not developed yet. Patience paid off. Found his man. Completed the pass. And they headed upfield. And right at that marker. But we are waiting on the call, and it might be going in a different direction.
It might be. When I saw Hodza go down there.
We might have another hold, Orion. I can't.
Wow.
That's a hold.
Well,
probably still a gain of some yards. but it's going to be second and long.
Let's check that out again.
Yeah, I love the patience there. Had to wait. Ended up being actually Nadel Hodzik, who was the man with the pass completion, and it was a late flag came in.
Good tackle by Martinez. There was no face mask on that at all.
You can send him a written apology.
Yeah, I might.
The first time he ever got a written letter at his age, probably.
Wonder if he's on the Twitters.
Yeah, he's expecting a text. Second and long. Here comes the run, breaking a couple tackles, and that is going to be close to the first down by Daniel Maltasante, the junior. And they are going to move the 6.
You've seen some good blocking on a play like that. I thought that was really effective. He had a lot of room to operate there between the hash marks, and that's because he had an offensive line who was putting some bodies on people.
Maltasante, second time I think he ran the football for positive yards. Ryan Blaze remains in the football game. The junior came off the bench with the lead 34-0, and we're going to have some more laundry on the field. That's going to be movement. That's going to be 5 yards backwards.
Well, it's like that Paula Abdul song I used to rock out to back in middle school, Craig. 2 steps forward, 1 step back. We come together because opposites attract. It's nice being here with you, man. This is good.
I get the first part of that. The second part, you lost me. But I enjoyed the reference anyway. And who doesn't love a video with a dancing cartoon cat?
Oh, yeah. That's getting in the Wayback Machine.
So now we're going to have first down and 15 from the 31-yard line from Evergreen. Still in their own territory. This is a time-consuming drive without a lot of yardage. That's what happens when you have many a penalty. That's another run. Maltasante with a nice run, cut back and heads to the sidelines, and he's going to get about 12 yards.
Good strong run. Good strong run. He committed he was going to not be taken down, and
so we're going to look
he
at
powered through that first tackle.
Second down and 3 is we're under the 4-minute mark here in the second quarter.
Yeah, this halftime is ticking. For a while there, boy, it took forever to get from 12 minutes to 10 minutes at the start of this quarter. There was a lot of action.
You'll see Maltasante again take the football, find the hole, beats one man who had a chance to take him down behind the line of scrimmage.
Oh, and just keeps pumping. And, actually, good gang tackle there by the
we had a flag at the end of that one, too.
Late.
And I think this time we will have the face mask.
Well,
personal foul. There it is, and that's going to be 15 yards. They talked about it for a long enough time.
Yeah, right over there in front of the Plainsmen sideline there. I'm sure the refs had several voices telling them what had just occurred.
So Evergreen now back into Fort Vancouver territory. They'll snap the ball from it's like the 42-yard line. First and 10. Blaze back to pass, looking deep downfield. He's got a man wide open, and we've got ourselves a 41-yard touchdown. Beautiful pitch and catch. Blaze to Geronte Burns, who burned his man and gets himself a touchdown. And it is 40-0 with 3:39 left in the second quarter.
Burns caught that in stride. All he had to do was look over his shoulder and make a nice soft basket for that ball to land in.
Blaze, you can't throw a better football than this. He looked right, looked off the man, and then boom, well done. You saw that, Orion. He
Beautiful
looked
play.
Right side,
yes.
So the linebackers were all thinking he was going to the opposite side of the football, turns to the left, Burns is wide open, he nails him. No help from the safety, who was probably headed the other direction, reading the eyes. That's a bad snap, but it's picked up. What a job done there. That is number 16.
Luke Allen.
Luke Allen. Wow.
Good heads-up play.
Does this kid play baseball? Looked like a shortstop there. Picked up the ground ball and just knew exactly what to do. That's a split-second decision that as a holder you have to make. That ball hit the ground. Do you try to put it down for your kicker, or do you try to pick it up and head to the end zone? He did not hesitate, fielded it cleanly, picked up, turned, ran for the end zone, picks up 2, and it's now 42-0. So that one mistake that Evergreen had on the missed extra point, it's now erased. It's nearly a perfect half for Evergreen.
And, that's a situation where if you're the holder and you have to either get up and run or be tackled. If you're the defense, though, you've been focused on that holder, and suddenly he's swinging out to the right. You have to change your whole thing, and he had a lot of green, and that was a real heads-up play. I like to see that.
I got to tell you, the way Blaze threw that football, future is bright at Evergreen as a junior.
And, Burns has been open. That's not the only time, and it's nice to see him get rewarded for that the effort he's putting in.
We had Tristan Fitch, the starting quarterback, who's a senior. But if you're Evergreen's coaching staff and Terry Hyde, you got to love seeing the junior come in, Ryan Blaze, and throw a football like that. And like I said, it's not just the way he threw the football, it's the way he ran the entire play, looking off his number one target, getting the safeties and the linebackers to look the other way. First long kick of the game.
Fielded cleanly.
Fielded cleanly, and we've got ourselves a hole and a nice return. He's still headed in positive direction. Looking at about the 37-yard line, that's number 3, Anthony Wilhite, 5'6", 150. That's the best return that Fort Vancouver's had.
Well, instead of having to pick a bouncing, ball off the grass, they were able to turf. Sorry, but they were able to take it and on the catch, give the defense or the kicking team. Took him a while to get down there, and he had an opportunity to
probably
put his
surprised
trappers
to
team.
see the ball in the air and finally get a return opportunity.
Yeah,
nice cut back.
Good block.
Yep. Breaks the tackle
yeah,
there.
Another good block. That's
the most important thing there, O'Ryan. He held on to
He held on to it the entire time until the whistle blew.
I think we've got a timeout, Fort Vancouver, with 3 minutes and 25 seconds left. They trail 42-0, but their last offensive possession, they got into the red zone. It looked like they were headed to the end zone.
Positive yards almost every play.
Another turnover.
See
There
Coach
is Steve
Broussard.
Yes. Like I said.
He's got this shirt on. If you can read that on your screen, it says, "It's not about me." Now, the whole team's been wearing those this year. It's something that Coach Broussard is emphasizing. Everyone is playing for everybody else here. This is small victories and, not a me-first attitude. He's really trying to change the system.
Yeah, it's really an attitude thing.
Yeah.
Get guys playing as one, getting them to play for their teammate, not thinking about what am I going to do and how am I going to benefit from this, but what can I do that'll help the team as a whole move in a positive direction. You don't turn around programs in one day. Steve Broussard doing what he can, but heck, you're an NFL football player, retired. You demand and deserve respect. Another bad snap. This one's picked up, handed off, but it's too late.
That's going to be a loss of about 5 yards, Craig, and that's
the snaps are just killing Fort Vancouver. I mean, you can't have a positive play if you can't have the basic element of the snap be effective.
But it's hard to explain, but what seems like such a simple play on a football field, and you do it, 40 times a game. It's not easy. You're looking up. It's
essential, though.
Yeah.
And they're not all the center's fault. Some of them have been the quarterback's fault. They're not all going to be perfect when you're in the shotgun every time. And a couple, but, it's important to get the play. This time they do get a good snap, and they get positive yardage about back to the line of scrimmage. So we're looking about 3rd and 10. But do we have a penalty?
I see some laundry down on the 30 there, the far. Yeah. See what this is.
Yep. It's going to call holding, and they're going to move the other way. So instead of 2nd and 10, we're going to have about 3rd and a lot. And that does not bode well for Fort Vancouver, whose offense has completed just one pass for very short yardage. And that is not a recipe for success. And now when I get a better look at it, it's not 1 flag, it's 2 flags. So the holding must have been pretty clear.
We're going to take another look at it, Craig. Yeah.
I don't know, there's holding on every play. And we've got Big number 34 limping off on that play, Myron Lawrence, and he's been one of their most effective players. Let's hope he's okay.
I'm seeing him. He's on the bench right now.
He's on the bench. He's being looked at as a trainer.
He's walking it off.
Looks like a left leg injury.
Yeah, he's flexing his knee.
But he's
doing some high steps.
Up and down.
You know,
that's good. 3rd and 10 from the 39. Here's a handoff going left, cut back, nothing there.
No, you know, it's such a, a tough situation because you think it's a passing down, but the pass protection and the passing game's been tough. So,
and I think we're going to see on this replay that it's once again Serge Rusnak who's going to make the tackle. Serge has been everywhere.
Total penetration and then pursuit. Yep.
Boom. That's what you want from your defensive lineman / linebacker, is for him to get there and make that play. I mean, he's on the defensive line, but this kid is mobile like a linebacker.
Looks like
another bad snap, picked up nicely by the punter. He's going to get a positive roll. Gutsy play, picks it up. If he can get to the outside, he might have a lot of running room. We've got a flag, though, so that's going to come back.
Who was that? Was that Luke
Allen?
Allen? Yeah, that was.
Gutsy play to pick it up on the bounce. He fielded it cleanly. He headed left. Got to the outside, got positive yardage, but no surprise here. We've got ourselves another hold. This time it's on Evergreen, and they're headed backwards.
Well, I'll tell you, it's everyone's getting a workout in this game. The offense, the defense, and the flag hand for the referees.
Yeah, if our boss, Nick Bowl, was paying us in laundry and flags, he couldn't afford us.
No, but fortunately, he's just paying us in kind tweets and
smiles.
We get to visit his newborn here pretty soon.
I think I might get a meal at his house someday. So there's that.
I'll take it.
1 minute 24 seconds left in this first half. It's gone all Evergreen, 42-0. They'll have the football again.
Now with a minute 24 here, do you try to make it into the end zone one more time? You run a few run plays and go into the locker room up 42-0.
Well, if I were Evergreen, I'd run the ball. You've been effective there, and you're up 42-0. Your backup quarterback's already been able to show off the arm with a perfect pitch and catch.
I just saw another foul. Never mind. I'm sorry.
They're just picking up the flags.
Yeah,
they were everywhere.
Laundry day.
Just takes a little bit of time for them to walk off the yardage. But on the 24-yard line, they are going to run the ball up the middle. Breaks one tackle.
Oh, we got a ball on the ground, and that's going to be a turnover. It looks like, when
that's it.
Yeah, it looked like.
First one, Fort Vancouver with a chance here to score before the half. 1 minute 15 seconds.
Now watch the running back. He has the ball. He's and he spins out of it now. That's
well done. Great strip. Ball's loose.
And then they just fall right on it. That was Mulsanti with the carry, but that was a tough thing.
Darius Jackson, 6'6", 315 with the first stop, and he's the one that caused the fumble. And now they're back with a chance at the 25-yard line. Let's see if Fort Vancouver can get in the end zone. Be a wonderful way for the Trappers to end a really tough half on a positive note. First down and 10 in the shotgun. Nervasa hands it off to the right side. You got to be kidding me. We've got another flag. Let me guess, Orion.
Yeah.
It's going to be holding.
Yeah.
I nailed it.
Oh, you're clairvoyant, Craig. You're also, I see you've been here for a few minutes. You're seeing how things are turning out.
Set a second down.
That was Polk Rashid with the carry, and you know what the bummer about that for Fort Vancouver is, they were essentially going to be in the red zone, and now they're going the opposite direction.
And once again, the running game's been the only thing that's been effective for them. That run might have been effective because of the hold.
Oh, I guess that's can't discount that, can we?
No. But now it's going to be first down and 20.
Just over a minute left in this half. See down at the end zone there, looks like a whole bunch of flags from a whole bunch of countries. I wonder what we're going to see at halftime.
1 minute, 7 seconds, as Orion alluded to. First and 20. Ball's at the 35-yard line of Evergreen. Devasi back to pass. He's getting rushed. He throws it up. They've got ourselves almost a completion. It was up for grabs, but a real opportunity there for a first down. Looks like that was Anthony Solers, a 6'2" junior.
Yeah, he was. is there such thing as quadruple coverage? Because he was.
Yeah, but he had his hands on the football. Yep. Narvasa gave him a chance, and that's all you can ask.
Big kid, he got up there, touched it.
Would have been their best play from scrimmage, and it would have got him in the scoring range. But instead, we're at 2nd and 20 from the 35.
And Narvasa got that ball off in the nick of time because there was some hard. He was being. The end was coming around on the right side of the field, and he was just a split second away from being creamed. So that was a really nice.
Narvasa takes the snap this time. We got a handoff. We got a big hole.
That's Polk Rashid again.
We got the yardage down, back on the hold, back down to the 25. So we're going to be looking at about 3rd and 10 as the clock continues to tick. We're down to 45 seconds. No timeout being called. Going to see a positive run. They're probably looking for a pass. Instead, we've got a
that's a
nice run.
Good tackle, too. But that was you saw.
Nehemiah Polk Rashid has been really effective. We're down under 30 seconds left. 3rd down, 9. We're going to have a run, and great tackle. Well done. That is a tackle in the backfield by Daniel Multasate. The guy can run the football, and he can play some defense, and that might be the last play of the half. 9 seconds left. We'll see. But we do call a timeout to just have one more play in the end zone. Nope, they're going to let it tick off.
They're going to let it tick, yep.
Our halftime score, 42. Oh, nope. 2 seconds left. Do we have a timeout? Yeah, we do. Steve Broussard's going to say, heck, let's go for it. Let's try to get the ball in the end zone.
If you got one,
it's going to have to be this play because there is not enough time to get any yardage, get out of bounds. With 2 seconds left, we've got one play left. It'd be fantastic for Fort Vancouver, as I mentioned the last time they were this close, to maybe get a touchdown. To end a very tough half on a positive note. If you're Evergreen, you love that 0.
Yeah.
And you want to keep it up there.
If you're Fort Vancouver, though, what you don't want to see is a
don't say
desperation.
It, Orion. Don't say it, Orion. I won't let you say it. We're not going worst case scenario.
It's just like a no-hitter rule here. You just don't talk about it.
I'm just saying you don't talk pick 6. You know, we're not rooting here either way, but
it's nice though. Broussard giving them, giving his maybe a little bit of confidence here, saying, "Hey guys,
I'm going to give you a chance.
Let's get out there and
I'm going to give you a chance.
Give you one more shot here."
2 seconds left. Last play of the half.
2 wide left.
27-yard line.
Narvasa's going to pass.
It's a jailbreak. He's got no shot. Right up
and that
the gut.
is Multasante again.
Every time it seems like we're calling out Daniel Multasante's number. Huge sack to end the half. It keeps the shutout on the board for Evergreen. 42-0. The Plainsmen head to the locker room. We're going to give you first half highlights, and Orion, I'm going to guess we're going to see a whole lot of highlights that involve green and white as they lead 42-0.
Here's one of the first turnovers. That was one of several low snaps.
This is the first touchdown of the game.
That's Griffin.
That's Griffin, Ziel Griffin, the sophomore, up the gut, off to the right into the end zone.
Nice run. He was barely touched. This is
the first touchdown pass of the game. Well done by Fitch, who found his wide receiver, Nadil Hodzik, the 2 seniors connecting. This is the deflection.
That was the big man with the interception. Again, that was Alex Rodriguez. And he doesn't get an opportunity to catch balls like that very often.
There's the play of the game.
The play of the game. Absolutely.
Luke Allen stealing an interception, turning an interception into a touchdown. This is what we've been talking about all game long for Fort Vancouver.
A snap too high. We had a snap
mistakes,
too low.
Leading to touchdowns and points on the board. Nothing the punter could do there. And here's the guy coming in, the junior, Blaze, zipping one off for a first down. He later would throw the deep bomb. Here it is. Watch him look off the one wide receiver and then go deep. Picture perfect pass.
Picture perfect.
Touchdown to Geronte Burns. As I mentioned, Burns is wide receiver. Kickoff.
Okay.
The best return we saw all day.
And then,
here
he coughed the ball up, right?
Nope, he did not.
That's right, okay.
This one was the only kickoff to go that way. Here is a turnover. That's Fort Vancouver's one turnover that kept Evergreen from adding to their 42-0 lead.
Second half is just around the bend. But first, let's get an update on the latest from Vancouver Public Schools. We'll be back here for the start of the second half. Talk to you in a minute.
Hi, I'm Steve Webb, Superintendent of Vancouver Public Schools. I love this school district and the people in it. I'm inspired by the work we're doing each and every day on behalf of our children and families. My hope for the school year is to spark creativity and innovation for each and every child in Vancouver Public Schools. I want us to work together to cultivate curiosity and wonder and exploration so that our young people can master the kinds of 21st century skills, creativity and critical thinking and communication, collaboration and citizenship that will allow them to be successful in the future. When we show we care, our students respond. They come to school ready and eager to learn. They achieve. They graduate. They thrive. Author Stephen Covey speaks to cultivating a mindset to live, to love, to learn, to leave a legacy. That's my hope for the school year. That together we can create the context and conditions so that those needs are met each and every day in every single classroom, at every single school, for each and every one of our children. Well, that's my hope for the school year. But we wanted to know what your hopes were too. That's why we asked you to submit selfies. Let's take a look.
What am I hopeful for? I'm hopeful that my students make good choices.
I am hopeful that they take healthy risks.
I'm hopeful that they read directions.
I hope they lead by example.
I hope that they know that they can fail forward.
And most of all,
we hope they dance.
And what I'm looking forward to most next year is establishing those awesome relationships that I strive for every year.
To connect with new kids that I haven't connected with before.
That I will get a good teacher that is nice.
I'm hopeful for good teachers that teach me well.
Good teachers and meeting new people. And I'm excited to make new friends my sophomore year.
We are hopeful for
a school community who looks out for each other.
I really am hoping that they feel safe and cared for while they're here.
Because we get so much out of them when they feel respected and loved.
That the kids take the love and encouragement that they've received in this wonderful community and spread it to more communities.
I am hoping that there's way less snow.
And my hope for next year is that everybody tries their best and tries to do as hard as they can.
And graduate my 8th grade with all A's and B's.
I am mostly excited for the opportunities I'm going to have next year.
Being in the Black Student Union next year and running track.
I hope for more sports next year. Yeah! Basketball, football, soccer, tennis.
Playing unified soccer and basketball.
My senior soccer season, and also taking the new sports med class that's offered at Skyview.
I'm looking forward to speaking more Spanish and learning more Spanish. I wish for rainbows and unicorns at school. I want to learn about butterflies and dolphins.
What are you most hopeful for the next school year?
Writing in my journal and making pictures.
What are you going to write in your journal?
Everything I come up with.
To improve my math skills so I can become an auto mechanic.
I'm really excited for Running Start.
And I'm really excited to make an awesome yearbook.
Yo estoy listo para aprender más español.
I'm excited for dance class.
I'm gonna go in kindergarten next year, and I'm really excited, and I'm really hope to do arts and crafts because I love arts crafts.
I hope to continue my growth academically and personally.
That I will still be me. I'll still have all my knowledge. I won't forget anything that I've learned.
I hope to continue working on our community service project.
I'm excited to participate in the Mr. and Miss pageant and raise money for Make-A-Wish Foundation.
I look forward to getting more involved with the community and graduating this next year.
I'm going to be a senior and I'm excited for senior year, baby.
I want to graduate high school.
I'm looking forward to graduating next year.
I'm hopeful for graduating.
Going to college and getting a good paid job.
They're the ones who's coming up, and the world is in their hands. When you teach the children, you teach them the very best you can. Yes.
I want them to leave my classroom feeling confident they can figure out anything.
And for me, I want to encourage my students to take risks in math.
Y mi esperanza para el próximo año es que todos los niños aprenden un segundo idioma.
Something I'm hopeful for next year is working with a new teammate and getting to collaborate.
I'm hopeful that we can get more kids to come and eat our nutritional, wonderful lunches and continue improving our attendance and have 10 or less tardies every day.
To provide a clean and safe environment for the staff and the students.
To make our library more user-friendly, to increase circulation, and to provide more making opportunities in our makerspace.
I'm hopeful to see new ideas and innovation created by students and teachers using their iPads.
I am also excited about the changes that our bond is going to bring across Vancouver.
This year, I'm excited to use the opportunities that school gives me to work hard, play hard, and meet new friends.
I'm really excited. Thank you for letting me be in second grade.
I'm excited to work hard and hopefully have a great junior year.
I'm really excited for whatever opportunities the future holds for me here.
Thank you, everyone, for your leadership and your commitment to our students. I'm hopeful that we're going to continue to make progress and make a difference in the lives of students. Have a terrific start to the school year.
Have a great year.
I think it's going to be a great year.
Let's make this school year a great one.
To everyone in the VPS family,
Have a fantastic start to your new year.
If you love to work with your hands and dream of a career that pays very well in the near future, then the welding program is a fantastic start to making that dream come true. Students in the welding program learn the necessary technical knowledge and skills to complete projects for the school and community. Safe work habits and the proper use of materials are stressed as students learn the application of tools, machines, and welding basics. You will learn blueprint reading, how to weld joints in all positions, and apply mathematics from basic math to trigonometry. You can earn industry certification through OSHA, Amatrol, and Tooling U, and move directly into a well-paying career, participate in an apprenticeship program, or continue on to college. Check with your counselor or career specialist to see if this program is offered in your school. Photographs are more than just snapshots. When taken the right way, they become dramatical personal statements with the power to last forever. In photography classes, students learn the principles of photography through the lens of a professional. You will master new techniques and perfect your picture taking and editing skills through projects, presentations, and lab experiences, using high-end camera equipment and photo editing software.
I've learned how to use a camera very well, as opposed to just putting it on automatic and getting whatever I can get. I can actually take artistic photos and make it look good.
Photo 1, 2, and 3 allow students to earn a CTE or art credit. Whether it's a career or a hobby, this class will allow you to capture life's special moments and build your portfolio. Check with your counselor or career specialist to see if this program is offered in your school.
You're right. This does look better. Nice try. I already paid for it.
Find your creative side even if you don't think you have one. Discover job opportunities that pay you to create art. Learn how to make posters, logos, infographics, package designs, and much more with Apple computers. Using Photoshop, Illustrator, digital cameras, and drawing design tablets, you will create and edit graphics and explore current and unique design techniques. Graphic design, advanced graphic design, and AP 2D Studio design classes will allow students to earn art credit as well as college credit. Get a jump on preparing your digital portfolio that will equip you with the skills necessary to succeed in college, career, and life. Check with your counselor or career specialist to see if this program is offered in your school.
If you are curious about the world around you and are interested in global issues that impact all of us, then the Fort Vancouver High School Center for International Studies is for you. Fort is a member of the Asia Society's International Studies Schools Network, and our school-wide International Studies program is about developing your global competence through investigating the world, recognizing perspectives, communicating your ideas, and taking action to make a difference in your community and our world. In every class at Fort's Center for International Studies, students are actively learning about global issues and how they can positively impact our world. All Fort students have access to a wide variety of globally focused coursework, including Mandarin and Model United Nations. At Fort, there's a travel center where you can explore learning opportunities within the United States and internationally to broaden your perspective and enhance your high school experience. Students at Fort also have the option to earn an International Studies diploma by completing projects and community service along with their required courses. While you're here at Fort Center for International Studies, you can take advantage of our programs of choice such as culinary arts, medical arts, and welding and machine technology. Fort students are making a difference in our world. Come be a part of the diverse and vibrant school community at the Fort Vancouver High School Center for International Studies.
Hey, Kaya, what are you looking for?
My slime, I just can't find it.
Slime? What's that?
It's a toy.
Oh, yeah, slime. Okay, hey, I can show you how to make slime.
You barely know how to make cookies, Nana.
Ha, 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 you got jokes now, huh, Kaya?
Just kidding.
Ha, ha, funny, whatever. Okay, come on down, let's go and make some slime. Hi everyone,
it's Akaya
and her Nana, two cool science chicks. So today we are going to, Kaya?
Be making slime.
Okay, so but before we do this, kids, remember, always ask your parents for permission. And so Akaya, tell the folks, what do we need?
We need water.
How much?
Half cup, half cup of glue, half cup of liquid starch, food coloring, glitter, a wood spoon, spatula, plastic baggie, and 2 bowls.
Okay, and before we start this experiment, we want you to hypothesize, why do you think when we mix water, liquid starch, and glue, why does that make slime? Think about that. Okay, so are you ready to do this?
Yes.
Okay, all right, well, let's move this stuff out of the way here because we already have things ready to go. Okay, here we go. All right. So, Akaya, let's do this.
Okay, so first we're going to pour in the water.
Yes, let's do that.
And then we're going to pour in the glue.
Okay. Make sure you get that out. That's
Whoops.
That's okay. Getting it out.
That good?
Yeah, that's good. Okay, so we'll put that over to the side there. Okay, go ahead and stir that up and make sure that you stir it really, really good. Right, Akaya?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, not too fast. Okay. Keep stirring. How's it look? How's it feel?
Pretty soupy.
Okay, all right. Can I see? Okay. All right, so what do we do next, Akaya? What's next?
Food coloring.
Food coloring. Okay, we want to give it some color. Okay. About how many drops?
4.
4 should be good. Oh, that was way more than 4. Okay, here, you do that, Akaya, and I'll get the glitter ready. Oh, really? Okay. A little bit more.
Okay.
Okay, here, you can put the glitter, and you can never. Oh, wow. Okay. You never use too much. Okay. All right. Let's see. What does that look like? How about you add some more? Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Keep going. No. Sorry. Don't.
No.
All right. Stir that up, Kai. Okay, and let me try to get some of this off. And now what is next? And this is the fun part. What are we going to put in next, Akaya?
The liquid starch.
The liquid starch. Okay. And stir that, Akaya. Oh, what's happening?
It's turning into a slime.
It is. It's starting to get a little thick, isn't it? All right, because glue is a polymer, and so when Akaya put that glue in, it mixed with the liquid starch, and so the polymer absorbed the water in that mixture, and it became one large molecule. Okay, keep stirring that up. And you can also find polymers in diapers. That's why it absorbs, you know, the liquid that's in the diaper as well. Okay, how are we doing, Kai? Uh-oh, let's put that up there. And so what Akaya is doing, she's going to stir that and stir and until a lot of the liquid is gone, absorbed. Okay, what do you think? Are we ready to transfer that to this bowl here? Mm-hmm. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that. Okay. And now, okay, what are we going to do now?
We are going to squish it with our hands.
Mm-hmm. And do you remember why we're using our hands to do that? Has something to do with the liquid. It gets a little bit more of that liquid Out of it?
Out of it.
Yes, out of it. Okay. So why don't you, well, that's okay. So why don't you hold that up so we can see what it looks like? Does that look like slime? I think it does. Okay, can I see that, Akaya? Okay, it does. So now I'm going to talk about slime here and the science in it. So slime is a non-Newtonian fluid, and what that means is it's not a true liquid, nor is it a true solid. That's because you can pick it up like a solid, but watch what happens. It looks like a liquid again, so that's why it's a non-Newtonian fluid. Okay, and there you have your slime. So, Akaya, do you know any fun facts about slime?
Yes, slime was invented in 1976 and was sold in a little green trash can.
So in 1976, so you know what? In 1976, I was 8, and you're 8. Wow. And you know what? I remember that little green trash can, but in 1976, guess what? Your papa was 16. He was. So he's kind of old. We hope you had as much fun as we did. Did you have fun, Akaya?
Yes.
And if you did, and you would like to see more experiments, subscribe to our YouTube channel, leave comments and questions in the comments section below, or email us at twocoolsciencechicks@gmail.com. We're also on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook as Two Cool Science Chicks. Until then, kids,
stay cool, kids. Reach for the stars. Always believe in yourself and never stop questioning.
last time, promise. If I don't get it, I owe you $20. All
okay.
Right. All right, here we go. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Leave comments.
Yes, I get $20.
What is wrong with me today, guys? Well, we hope you had as much fun as we did. And if you did and would like to see more experiments, subscribe to our YouTube channel. Leave comments and questions.
You want to own your own business someday? Or perhaps you love learning about the latest technology and software. Business education classes such as business law, entrepreneurship, financial algebra, accounting, and exploring the world of business will provide you with the necessary knowledge to make professional and business decisions now and in the future. And if you enjoy working with your peers to produce information and ideas, then consider taking Next Tools or web publishing.
If I was going to join the business company or industry, I would learn how to use documents in Google Docs now because this class really prepared me for that. It prepared me for how to use basically the internet more and how to find out and what not to do in job interviews.
Some courses allow students to earn CTE or math credit, industry certification, and are available for college credit. Check with your counselor or career specialist to see if this program is offered in your school. Curious about how it is possible to communicate without using your voice? Come learn for yourself how American Sign Language is growing in popularity. Students will be exposed to a variety of deaf environments and will receive language, vocabulary, and grammar instruction in American Sign Language from day one. You will have multiple opportunities to explore real-world experiences with the deaf culture and community and practice your skills as well as learn about deaf culture and sign language interpreting.
I think students should take this class because it really, you make a lot of friends in it, and it's really good to learn how to communicate without talking.
I'll definitely want to use sign language to become an interpreter in the future, which is something I want to do. Not only can I become an interpreter, but I can also become another sign language teacher in the future. So it opens up a wide variety of different job opportunities.
Make American Sign Language your second world language. Check with your counselor or career specialist to see if this program is offered in your school.
Are you looking for a small school environment with caring teachers and a family-like atmosphere? Would you like to have self-directed study time? Do you want to mix online learning with a college-like class schedule? If you're looking for personalized education in a flexible setting, then Vancouver Flex Academy is the right choice for you. Vancouver Flex Academy offers a flex learning program for students in 9th through 12th grades. Flex learning combines access to a challenging computer-based curriculum with face-to-face instruction from highly qualified teachers. Students at the Flex Academy attend schools 5 days a week from 9:30 a.m. to 4:10 p.m. and spend part of each day working independently or collaborating with peers. During flex time, students have the freedom to decide which courses they want to work on, for how long and in what order. Want to do algebra first thing on a Monday? No problem. Want to take your biology test in the afternoon on a Wednesday? You can do that too. Want to finish your AP Lit course at home? You guessed it, you can do that as well. Vancouver Flex Academy offers this flexibility along with full support from caring, committed teachers. Flex students attend breakout sessions 2 to 3 times a week for content instruction, enrichment, and extra help. Using real-time data, teachers have the ability to create small group sessions to meet each student's individual needs. Breakout sessions with instructors are also used for academic seminars, debates, labs, and other activities. Our counselors and advisors help students create individual learning plans based on goals and interests. Advisors meet with students on a daily basis, creating a close-knit learning community.
Welcome back. All right.
Welcome back, everybody. Watching Fort Vancouver and Evergreen. Second half about to tip off. 42-0. Evergreen with the lead.
With a score like that, Craig, that means we're going to have a running clock here in the second half. We're getting a little bit of a late start here due to a cheerleading accident that happened right at midfield during halftime.
A scary incident where, unfortunately, a cheerleader had to be carried off, and hopefully she'll be okay. She got a great round of applause as they helped her off the field, and we can only hope that it's precautionary. Here's the kickoff. Evergreen will receive. A little floater is going to hit the ground, and it's going to be picked up around the 20-yard line. One fake, one move, well done, all the way out to the 37-yard line for Evergreen.
So, you know, this is the second game of the night here. Earlier we had a pretty good matchup. It was Camas and Skyview, 2 of the 4 teams that made the Final Four in high school Washington 4A last year, and that was a Camas win. Makes 56 consecutive league wins for Camas.
56 consecutive regular season victories.
Regular season. Okay.
An amazing
that includes
statistic.
Holy cow.
Final was 38-20. The paper makers of Camas get it done. We've got another new quarterback in. That's number 10. That's Tristan. That's Tristan Fitch back in the ball game. So they put the senior back in. He played much in the first quarter. Came out in the second quarter as the junior Blaze came in. He completes his first pass of the game.
Yeah, I think we'll be seeing Blaze again. Fitch and Blaze were playing pitch and catch there at halftime warm-ups, and sure.
Right at the 50-yard line.
Give Fitch an opportunity here to.
It'll be 1st and 10 again. Evergreen, who's first quarter at 1 point base, I think scored 20. It scored 4 touchdowns in about 2.5 minutes. That's going to be offsides. Fort Vancouver.
Yeah,
they need every advantage they can get, trying to get there a little before the snap count. And that's going to be 5 yards that Evergreen will pick up and head the other way. At halftime, you've got to think that Terry Hyde was happy with how his ball club played. Their offense was efficient. Only turned over the ball once. Fort Vancouver, Steve Broussard couldn't have been as happy. His offense, multiple turnovers, even on special teams.
Yeah, they were outmatched in all 3 phases, and the turnover differential is, oh, wow.
There's a huge hole. That's going to get to the outside.
That's our man.
That's Trent Hemman. We like to call him He-Man.
Yeah, he has the power.
He does have the power today. He's done it all, offense and defense, both sides of the football. That's a long first down run. Down to the 17-yard line.
And the clock continues to tick, Craig. While they line up, let's check out Heyman's. Look at that.
He wasn't touched until he got to about the 17-yard line. So now it's first and 10 on the 17. There's a snap. There's a short pass outside that's going to get about 8 yards.
Good tackle, good containment.
Fitch finds his man. That was David Crawford with the first down reception. It's going to be second down, about 1.5. Ball's going to be sitting right around the 9-yard line. Back into the red zone for Evergreen. They lived there in the first half. They didn't score in their first possession of the first quarter. Looking to score in their first possession of the third quarter. Once again, the senior, Tristan Fitch, back in the football game. Throws a quick screen. That's going to get a block. That's going to be a touchdown.
Absolutely.
That's our man, Zyle Griffin.
Yeah, that's not the first time he scored today,
But I
Craig.
think we got a holding call. So just like the first half, we got laundry. So that touchdown's coming back. That's the third touchdown that Evergreen has scored and had called back because of a penalty. They had a pick six called back. They had another touchdown on offense called back on a return. And now on this short pass play, they get the touchdown called back.
This drive to open the third quarter is just a microcosm of the game for Evergreen. Moving the ball at will.
That's your SAT word, everybody. Microcosm.
Microcosm. It's a small cosm.
Beyond small.
Yeah.
It's micro.
So I mean, but honestly, you see this. Evergreen has no problem doing what they want on offense.
Those short
they can
passes
run it inside. They can run it outside. Those swing passes.
They basically use those short passes as running plays. There it is again.
Let's do it. How about 3 times in a row?
Great move to break out, and just like that, did he get in? He's close. They're going to rule him out at the 1-inch line.
That's a touchdown. He took down the pylon. They're giving him a score.
Number 4 comes back. David Crawford did it once. They called it back. He said, "You're not going to deny me this time." David Crawford, number 4 for 6, and it's 48-0. Evergreen with 8:26 left in the third quarter. That, other than the penalty, couldn't ask for a better opening possession to the third quarter.
It just doesn't seem like the penalties are enough to slow this team down. I imagine it's not making Coach Hyde very happy. You get this many penalties called on you against another team, and this this would be a whole different story. Fort Vancouver there.
Extra point went up and in, 49-0, 8:26 left. So Fort Vancouver, we talked about it in the first half. When you're down at this point, you've had the season that they've had, you're really just looking for small victories.
Yeah.
Trying to get in the end zone. They've struggled to score all season long. They've been close twice inside the red zone. Once they turned the ball over, second time penalties cost them, pushed them back.
They had a good run there in the second quarter where they handed the ball off to a couple of times to Nehemiah Polk Rashid. They handed the ball off to their big guy, Myron Lawrence. But, he was gimpy there.
He was limping off, had a bad right leg. We'll see if he gets back into the football game on offense. Trying to see if I can find him on the sidelines there, if he's out there for special teams.
Yeah, that's him there with the I can see him. He's got his helmet on. That's a good
always
sign.
A good sign. That it is. Evergreen's going to kick off. We've done this plenty of times.
Yeah, that kickoff to start the second half was the first time that Fort had kicked off in this game.
Kickoff in the 40-yard line. They've done the onside kick. They've gone the deep route, and they've gone this route many times. Oh, wow! Just picked out of thin air in the line drive. Well done. That's, hey, if you're Fort Vancouver, you're starting on your own 44. Considering where you've started all day, you'll take it.
Anthony Sollers, he put his big mitts up and caught that kick as it was probably traveling about 30 miles an hour, and he's like, I'll take that.
You got to like that if you're Fort Vancouver, because so many times they've struggled to pick up the ball, put it on the turf multiple times.
Yeah, again, though, good opportunity here to show that, let's see what they're taking out of that halftime pep talk from
I think we got a new
Coach
quarterback,
Broussard.
Devin Turner's in the game, the freshman. He hands off.
And that is Lawrence.
He's going nowhere. But as I mentioned, Stephen Broussard, former NFL running back, former Washington State Cougar, former assistant coach in college and in the pros, including Portland State Vikings, has a team that's trying to grow this program. They started a sophomore quarterback. They bring in and start a freshman quarterback to start the second half. So they're looking to get these young kids some experience and give them a taste of what varsity football is like. And it's tough when you're a sophomore and freshman to be out there. 5'11", 170 pounds for Turner. He's going to throw his first pass of the game.
It's
deflected, but he completes it. Heck, not much of a gain, but a gain nonetheless. So it'll be third down and about 7 or 8 yards to go.
Seen a couple of underclassmen out there for the.
Yeah, and I said it was deflected. I could be wrong. I thought it was deflected just the way the.
Well, let's see here on this replay.
Looked.
Turner's back.
Sure.
All right, that one got froze. We're okay. Got
third and about 7 yards.
Three receivers wide left.
Turner takes a snap, he hands off. He's got a hole, but it quickly is closed up, and it's going to be fourth down and about 6 yards. Hey, if I'm Steve Broussard, I'm going for it. You got a running clock. You're down 49-0. You're on the right around the 50. Why not?
Craig, I think you may be onto something there.
Yeah. I don't see what you have to lose at this point. You got your freshman quarterback in there.
I see laundry.
Oh, we've got another penalty, so that might make it harder. Oh, my goodness, I can't believe it. They called a hold. Oh, but it's on the defense. That's going to be an automatic first down. You don't see holding on the defense very often on a running play. I think Fort Vancouver's a little surprised. They got a little jump in their step there. Like, oh, we're going that way?
All right.
Very cool.
Well, all right.
Yeah, I mean, it is a very rare thing to see a holding penalty on the defense on a running play, but they'll take it. First and 10.
And, probably a little bit of confidence for Turner. He has a completion. He's moved the ball forward a little bit. He's going to throw it again.
He zips it up. That is way overthrown. Might have been seen a little bit of nerves there.
Another flag.
I can't believe it. And that's deep. We might have a defensive holding penalty.
I think that'd
be another first down.
It seemed like Sean Mintaw was referencing the defense on
there it is, pass interference, actually. So that's going to be a first down. Look who's moving in the right direction. It's the Trappers. They're going to be deep now inside Evergreen territory with the freshman at quarterback.
We're already more than halfway through the third quarter here with this running clock.
Yeah, the only thing that stops it for at least a bit is these penalties, right?
Yeah, they've been keeping it rolling during the penalties.
I'm not mad at them.
No, that's at this point. I mean, it's bedtime for a lot of these players.
Let's see if Fort Vancouver can get in the end zone now. They're on the 21-yard line, it looks like. First down, the freshman in the shotgun asks for the football. He hands it off.
Inside run
There's
by Lawrence.
It's hard to tackle.
Hard to miss, too.
Exactly. It's a little bit of both. He doesn't go down easy, but he gets caught. He's not a speedster.
Polk Rashid going back into the backfield. And
he's been their most effective runner.
Yeah, they're bringing Lawrence out. Now, at this point,
2nd and 8.
Right? Yeah, there's
Devin Turner. He'll take the snap. He'll hand it off.
And that's Polk Rashid.
He's going to get there. He's going to get to the edge. He's going to get into the end zone. Touchdown! Nehemiah Polk Rashid puts Fort Vancouver on the board. And the Trappers fans here at Kiggins Bowl finally have something to cheer about. Well done, Fort Vancouver.
That was a great run, Craig. He had eyes on the end zone deep into that play. He was bouncy. Watch out how when he goes left here, the defense converges and he drops his shoulder and plows.
Yeah, he gets one, breaks one tackle, and then just beats everybody until the goal line. And he just ran over Austin Taylor, the senior, to get in the end zone.
Now
extra point didn't go through.
No good.
But
that's something to cheer for. If you're Fort Vancouver, points are few and far between. It's been several quarters since they've scored.
Heck, if you're Fort Vancouver, you say we're down 7-6 in the second half, right? That's kind of how you treat it.
New ball game, new attitude.
And you put in a freshman at quarterback, and he comes through and leads a drive for a first down, a couple of penalties that got him those first downs, and then the big running play.
So that's Fort Vancouver's first touchdown this year. So good for you guys. Nice run by Polk Rashid. The Trappers' first visit to enemy territory this year.
They were close a couple times.
Got phone confusion up here in the booth. I know.
Just picking up random phones.
Trappers with their second kickoff of the half after not kicking off at all that first half. It was a one-sided affair. One-sided.
Got to figure you got a little juice if you're wearing the red and black. Watching your teammate get in the end zone. High kick to be fielded around the 22-yard line. He's going to reverse fields, try to pick up blocks, and oh my goodness, it does not matter what happens on this, because I think I saw some laundry, and I see some more. Flag after flag after flag, and those are going to be two holding penalties. Possibly one of them is a block in the back, but either way, Evergreen, once again, going to be called for penalties. They're gaining a really good return, and they're going to push them back deep inside their own territory.
I think if we're talking percentages here, I'd say that the percentage of plays where we're seeing laundry on the field, yellow laundry, it's got to be 30% of these plays. It's sloppy, but again, Evergreen continues to overcome these penalties. It's just not a deterrent. Doesn't stop them from moving the ball tonight.
So one of those, Orion, was a hold. The other one was a block in the back. Referee talking to Fort Vancouver, seeing which one they'll accept. They'll say, we'll take the better one.
Yeah, which
you tell us.
Yeah.
They're going to take the hold. The hold is going to be declined. The block in the back is going to be accepted. And they're going to start at the 20.
Puts the ball all the way back to the 20-yard line, yeah.
It's an old school start to a possession when we used to start at the 20.
First of those we've seen today.
Yeah. First down from the 20, up 49-6.
Is Blaze back in at quarterback?
I think it is. Handoff off the right side. Nice run. Big hole. He's going to turn that into 7 yards.
Is that Moltisanti with the carry again? Yeah.
It is.
He's been a workhorse in the second quarter.
He's done it all.
Now on into the third.
Made some big plays on defense. He ended the first half with a huge sack.
Right, with several big defensive plays.
Well, we've said his name many times.
Made up for that unfortunate fumble.
Are there any fortunate fumbles, Orion? I guess they could be.
Yeah,
you could pick it up and run it for a touchdown.
It's all based on perspective here, yeah.
No, but I mean, you can end up fumbling the ball. Your teammate can pick it up, go in the end zone. Correct myself. There's that little short pass. It's like a run. Gain of about a yard. I don't think they got the first down, though. I think it's going to be third down and a little over a yard, maybe 2.
Doesn't matter who's under center for the Plainsmen. They are seeing an advantage to that.
Now they get a little cushion. They complete it. Clock continues to run. We're now about a minute left in the third quarter here. Blaze in the shotgun still. Handoff up the middle. That's going to be a first down and a little bit more. Gain of about 8 yards.
Look at all those red jerseys it took to bring him down.
And that once again is Daniel Moltisanti, the junior. 6'1", 190 pounds on our roster. He's listed as a wide receiver and a linebacker. Obviously can also play the running back's position.
I don't know how accurate these rosters are, Craig, because it's got Nehemiah Polk Rashid listed as a tight end, and he's been in the backfield for most of this game, and effectively too.
Yep, he should be a running back. That we
Same
know.
with Multisanti.
Oh, there's a surprise. With
Yep.
17 seconds left in the third quarter, we've got ourselves
That's
another
going to take us
penalty.
to the quarter.
This is going to be 5 yards in the positive direction if you're an Evergreen fan. As Fort Vancouver jumped a little bit. Yep, that is going to be the end of the third quarter. That went about 10 times faster than our first quarter.
Yeah, it's amazing when you're not stopping the clock for penalties, just how fast that clock keeps going.
So we go to the fourth, 49-6. But if you're a Fort Vancouver fan, you kind of going to say, hey, we're down 7-6 in this half.
Yep, and they have put points on the board for the first time this season, which is going to give them something to build on.
Freshman in at quarterback, led that drive, got help with a couple penalties, including a pass interference. But they'll take it any way they can get it. At this point, Evergreen has Blaze in at quarterback, the junior, who's pretty much had the prettiest pass play. A long touchdown to Burns there in the second quarter.
Yeah, we've had a nice variety of offense from the Plainsmen. They've been able to run it inside, they've run it outside. I don't think I've seen their quarterback run it once. It's been handoffs, a lot of screen passes and short swing passes to the outside, and then, like you said, that one beauty of a shot down to Burns late in the second half or second quarter, which was, that was a really nice football play. And the clock is already running here in the fourth, Craig. This game's going to be over
First
before
down
we know
and
it.
5. We've got some confusion, and we've got our first run by a quarterback. It was not called, but Blaze looked to hand off in one direction. The running back looked to go in the other direction. That's never a good feeling if you're a quarterback. But Blaze still turned into positive yards, gained around 4, so we'll have second down and about a yard for the Plainsmen as they head toward
first down. That's right.
As they head towards the 50-yard line in midfield. We have not seen a short yardage stop quite some time in this football game.
This would be the time for one.
Got to assume the Plainsmen are going to run the ball. They do.
Oh, and that's
Multisanti is good. Oh, he's going to be close. I think he might have got it. I think that is forward.
The far line judge is definitely spotting this one ahead of
right
the.
Up there, and he's telling.
Yeah.
He's telling those people that are holding those chains to move them. It's always a difficult job being the part of the chain crew.
Yeah, I was chain crew in middle school, Craig.
Were you?
And my favorite part about working the chains was getting that opportunity to flip the down marker.
Yeah, that's the exciting moment.
Boy, that is
That's
fun.
what you live for when you're on the chain crew.
No doubt.
A lot of competition to be the flipper.
Yeah.
Blaze back to pass. Finds
It's
his man.
complete.
That's complete.
That's Bradley Pettit, a sophomore.
Getting a big crowd over there cheering that. Sophomore made a nice move to gain another yard or two. And hey, Orion, we didn't have a penalty on that.
No, and that looked like a really nice football play from both sides. Let's check it out again. So, what you see here is
What's this little
really
move
like
there?
a
That's
nice,
a great move.
a well-placed pass. Slightly over the D that's in front, but right to his receiver.
It'll be second down, around 4. Once again, a little miscommunication.
And that is going to be a stop in the backfield.
That's a sack, my friend. It doesn't matter if it was an intended pass or not. I don't know if they call that a run, but I know that's a tackle behind the line of scrimmage. The quarterback is once again, he was looking for the running back to be on the right side. The running back thought he was supposed to be on the left side. We've got a loss, and we now have 3rd and 9. Fort Vancouver with a chance to get a stop.
Here on VPS Game Time, we haven't seen a lot of tackles in the backfield for the Trappers. So that there is another one of those little victories.
Blaze going to go back to pass. He's got plenty of time. He finds his man, buck naked over the middle. That's a first down, and that is a touchdown. Tay Marks, the sophomore, just was wide open. Blaze found him. He got to the sidelines and found nothing but green grass, or shall we say turf, in front of him, and he just waltzed on into the end zone to make it 55-6. And how about that offensive line, Orion, for Evergreen? They gave Blaze all the time in the world.
And with that time, Marks was able to get wide open across the middle, and he caught that ball and turned on the jets, and then downfield, so many holes. Let's see.
Look at the
look
time
at the protection.
Here.
Just
nobody there and wide open.
And at this point, the defense is already chasing. Found that sideline. Good looking play. Good looking play. That was shows a little bit of the future. The future is now type action for Evergreen.
That's what you
Junior
use these games when you're up, 55-6. This is what you want. You want your players, your younger players, to show what they can do and build their confidence, whether it's for later this season, whether it's for next year.
Now, for some reason, the clock has stopped here, Craig. I thought we were beyond that. Maybe it stops for timeouts, though. This might be.
I think that a timeout would stop the clock by definition.
Sure, sure. It's one of those things like what floats to the top. Is this just running clock?
It looks like they were having trouble with the extra point, so they had to call a timeout because it's Evergreen's. It's Evergreen's timeout, which I get it.
Yeah.
You don't want to ever, teach missteps, and you want them to do it right on every play, no matter what the score is. Up and in. I think they had a different kicker out there. I think that was, that was Kiefer Lopez. So somebody else was kicking in the first half. We apologize. Not on our roster. The only kicker we have listed was Kiefer Lopez. But that was number 9, and he kicked. So I have to assume that is Kiefer Lopez, and he didn't kick in the first half.
It makes sense, Craig. I mean, all we can do is go from our numbers from high above Kiggins Field.
There's the sophomore.
I'm sorry.
Perfect.
Bogsfield in the Kiggins Bowl.
Getting a little chilly as we head towards 10:30 here. Once again, we had an extended halftime. Unfortunately, a cheerleader had an accident and fell during the halftime performance. And
we're all hoping that she's okay. That was
a
scary moment.
Teams had to stay in their locker rooms a little bit longer than expected.
Coach Broussard came out onto the field, though, to check on her.
And I think
we're unsure what school she was associated with, but we do believe she was a Fort Vancouver cheerleader, as they are the home team.
So with 8:58 left in this ball game, Evergreen will do what they've been doing all day long, and that's kick it off. So it happens when you kick off to start the game and scored 56 points.
Yeah, this is more than twice what they've scored in any other game this year, so the Plainsmen are getting an opportunity to see what works today.
They only had 10 on the field for a second there. There's the kick. That's going to bounce at the 20, take a roll right up into the arms of a Fort Vancouver player. This guy makes a nice move, gets to the outside, past the 40-yard line. It's going to be nice field position for Fort Vancouver.
That's one thing that's been improving for the Trappers this year. This game. As the game's gone on, they've had better field position, and, they were able to turn good field position into points last time. Let's see what we can get here.
I think that was Sean Minta who ended up picking up the football. And
right, here's a replay coming.
Yep. 45 back kicking.
Good kick, taken off of one bounce.
Yep, that was Minta, the senior.
Oh, number 2, good. Glad you could spot that.
First down, 41-yard line, Fort Vancouver. Freshman still in at quarterback, and I think they're going to poke Rashid, on that one. And why not? Nope.
That was the big guy. That's our man Lawrence.
Byron Lawrence looked a little faster on that play, though.
Yeah,
maybe scoring. Seeing his teammate poke Rashid get in the end zone, but he's going to rumble off to the sidelines after that play. Good to see that he's back out there. As we mentioned in the first half, he did limp off with a right leg injury. Apparently not serious. He's back in the football game, down 56-6.
Was that Polk Rashid in the back in the backfield now. 3 receivers wide to the right. And it's a handoff. He goes left.
He's going nowhere. It's a gain of about a half a yard.
See, and that's what we were seeing a lot of in the first half was one man getting to the ball carrier and then several other players being on him before you could blink, and just no room to run. No room to run.
So we'll have
the
3rd
edges
and
are
2 with
packed.
7 minutes left in this ball game. The Trappers trying to put 2 consecutive positive offensive possessions together. Got in the end zone last time. I'm assuming this is 2-down territory. Why not? There's a snap. Oh, my goodness. There it is.
Those issues
got him again.
keep rearing their
The
ugly
snap.
head.
The snap just not getting done. We're going to show you a replay, but you're probably sick of seeing this on either if you're a Fort Vancouver fan. There's nothing wrong with that snap. I got to tell you, that hit the quarterback in the hands. That's your job.
You know, good for him for falling on it and not kicking it around, but that's an unfortunate error.
So it'll be 4th and 7.
Now
I still think you got to go for it.
I'm wondering right now. It's it doesn't look like they're putting
you got
a
the
punter in the
freshman
backfield.
quarterback in. You got Devin Turner in there. Maybe you can get a completion on this. Give him some time. Let's see what the freshman can do. Not a lot of time. He gets the pass off just behind his wide receiver. It falls incomplete. Turnover on downs. Evergreen back on offense, leading 56-6. Under 6 minutes to go here at the Kiggins Bowl as we head toward a victory for Evergreen.
Yeah, less than 6 minutes to go in this with the running clock. I imagine we have about 2 more possessions left in this game. You know,
well, if Evergreen does us a favor, runs the football, and Fort Vancouver's defense does us a favor and makes a couple stops, the game might be over sooner than we think.
True.
Under 5, we're headed towards 5 minutes.
We got 3 left on the play clock. 2, 1.
Yeah, they're not going to get that off unless they call a timeout.
Looks like
and
a
they
timeout.
did, so that's going to extend us just a little bit. Not often that you're going to see a team leading 56-6 in the second half be down to their final timeout.
But every one of these moments is a teaching moment, Craig, and this is, I'm sure Coach Hyde saw an opportunity here to.
Here's what he saw, Ryan. The play clock was going to go. He didn't want a penalty. That's what he saw.
I don't know what it is, Craig, but some of these times I look up at that clock and it seems to just be going blurrily fast, and other times it's like, how has this not been 25 seconds already? And what we have here is 1st and 10, ball's at the 45, and it's 5 minutes left in this game. I'm sure that what Coach Hyde's over there telling his players is keep focused, play hard.
No penalties.
Wouldn't that be something?
I think that at this point in time, you just want to execute, get what you can get. Trying to see the number on the quarterback. We might have our third quarterback.
It is. It's number 11.
That's
who
Landon
is
Allen.
Landon Allen. He's
That's
a
the
freshman. Now,
I'm going to guess he's Luke Allen. Could be related to Luke Allen, who gave us that wonderful touchdown where he stole it from the wide receiver.
Oh. Well,
you got to assume Luke Allen, Landon Allen are brothers, right?
Well, if I was a parent, I would definitely be going for the L name thing. I think you might be onto something again, Craig.
So maybe they got a sister Lucy Allen. I mean, why not?
Maybe
speculating there, of course.
A dog named Lulu. Never know.
It's going to be 2nd and 10.
We have
Allen with the and it just passed. Just dropped
in the hands and onto the
turf. So it'll be 3rd and long.
Well,
as we round down toward the 4-minute mark. Do want to thank Nick Voll, our good friend, who invited us to come out here and do this game together. Picked a beauty for us, didn't he, all right? I guess we can't blame him.
Craig, we picked this one ourselves.
That's
we'll
true.
be back in a couple of weeks. Do look forward to that.
Allen takes the snap, handoff. There is a big hole. Nice tackle, one-on-one tackle. Number 9.
Joseph Endonino.
Yeah, Endonino
that was a great
alone
tackle,
on an island. He doesn't make that tackle. We're looking at 56 quickly turning into 62. So now it's 4th down on the 39 of them. We're looking at 4th and 4. I'm sure they'll go for it. Why not? 3 minutes and 30 seconds left. Not in field goal range, too close to punt. Your lead's big enough that you can afford to give the ball over on downs.
4
Now we've
wideouts,
got
and
moment.
that's going to
There's
be
the flag we've been waiting for. 4th and 9 it'll be now. Doubt that'll change the strategy. Just move them back. And it will
move them back, way back. Oh, I thought the flag was thrown on the offense, but it looks like we're going to be getting a new first down, a new set of downs for the Plainsmen, because that offensive or the defensive line, I think they've jumped a good half dozen times so far today, and don't know what it is about the snap count or just maybe their excitement to pursue that quarterback.
The freshman Allen screams out the play left and right. He's keeping it. We've got a quarterback run. He's got nowhere to go. Does a nice
there's
job.
A fumble. Ball's down. It looks like
but then he fumbled.
The Trappers may have fell on that ball, Craig.
We're waiting for the pileup. It looks like it's going to stay with Evergreen.
Well, that was a good play. A lot of guys had a chance to pick that ball up, Craig. It sat there on the ground like a sunny side up egg, and everyone was stepping over it trying not to pop the yolk.
Officials are once again meeting. Not sure what they're talking about. As we hit the 2-minute mark in this football game, Evergreen's going to move on to a victory.
Seems to me that they are.
Oh, they switched it.
Yep. I think that's the right call, Craig. What I saw happen was I saw a Trapper on the ground. I saw the ball in his hand.
You called it right. They agreed. It took them a little time. Not sure what the conversation was about, what we saw at first.
They don't have the luxury of what we have up here.
I like how he's running the clock again, but the clock never stops, sir.
Minute and a half left in this game,
man in the white hat
Craig.
was just telling the clock operator to play the clock, but the clock had never stopped. Look at how he's going deep. He's got a man. He's got a man, and that's complete. That's the best play from scrimmage for Fort Vancouver. Pitch and catch, and that is Anthony Solers with a first down. Good for him.
That was like a 36-yard play there. That was.
And look at the celebration, down 56-6. This is how you know that these kids are building a program. They know that that's something that they've been trying to do all game long and haven't been able to do it. Here they are in the final minute, and they get their first long completion of the ball game. Good for Fort Vancouver.
And now they're playing the hurry up.
Why not? They got less than a minute. They've completed a pass.
Oh.
That one's incomplete. We're winding down here. 45 seconds left in the game. Evergreen's going to go on to a victory, up 56-6. Fort Vancouver put one score into the end zone.
And we have a timeout, or at least we have a stopped clock, Craig. And I think we're going to. And this is valuable.
Oh no, we got pass interference. Pass interference on Evergreen. Didn't see the flag, so that's going to be another first down. That's 2 positive pass plays in a row. You got the freshman, I think, who completed that pass. Good for him. Devin Turner. Now he gets a pass interference. Now here you are in the red zone, a chance to put 2 touchdowns on the board in a half.
Yeah, you got 40 seconds. You got several shots at the end zone here. From the 12-yard line.
I don't know about several shots. Remember, we got a running clock, Orion.
Yeah, that
you got at least 2 because you
continues
call
to run,
timeout.
Craig, as you see now.
And now
the
we've got
timeout is over, and
confusion
the time
on the
is ticking
defense.
down.
And now we're going to have a timeout, I believe. We're just they got to pick up a flag. Got the official just kind of.
The clock's still ticking.
I think we got I think we got a timeout.
Well, they're letting this clock tick down, so either they're going to reset it to the 30 seconds, which is what it was at when I first saw the referee call timeout for the Plainsmen.
I will say that was sloppy on every end. The officials had a flag on the field they had to pick up. Looked like Evergreen's defense didn't know where they were supposed to be.
So we're going to see the Trappers here with 1 shot.
Unless they put more time on the clock, I think everyone here hopes they don't.
As my friend Eminem once said, you only get 1 shot. Do not miss your chance to something.
I did not know. I did not know that you and Eminem were tight. I wish I would have. I mean, I'd love an introduction.
We're, the Detroit Mathers. It's a black sheep of the family. Well, Craig,
so
they did put a little bit of time back on the clock.
They did. 15 seconds left. They didn't. No timeout came off the clock, off the scoreboard. So not sure where it was with the why the clock stopped at all.
See what the
They're
Trappers
going to be on
have
the
here.
15-yard line.
They're
Back
for
to
a
pass. He's got
Heading for the
time.
end
He
zone.
throws it up in the air into the end zone, and it's a touchdown.
A great catch by Sean Menta. Yeah.
How about the freshman quarterback, Devin Turner? That's their first touchdown pass of this season. They've now put up 2 touchdowns. No, that was a run. They've now run the ball in the end zone, pass the ball in the end zone.
Their first 2 touchdowns of the year.
56-12. I say go for 2. I say go for 2. I don't think they're going to. I think they're going to try to knock the extra point in, but we'll see. The band playing for Fort Vancouver, celebrating some points. They'll leave with a little bit of a positive developments here in the second half. Twice into the end zone.
I mean, if you have a takeaway from this game, Craig, it's that hey, they've put the ball in the end zone.
My takeaway is that good for Coach Broussard to be able to really keep his kids' heads up where they didn't put their heads down. They're down big. They still look for those small victories. And before the game, I'll tell you, I talked to Coach Terry Hyde, and he said he respected Fort Vancouver because of the fact that every game they go in knowing that they're the underdogs, but they play hard every play. And here they are, putting 2 touchdowns on the board. They're going to end this game at 56-13. Yes, it's a loss, but considering they went to the half being shut out, they're going to head home with 13 points on the board. That's headed in the right direction.
It is, and I think that there's, after a first half that was full of mistakes, both silly mistakes and really disheartening mistakes, I think the second half has showed what they can do when they.
You can see on the sidelines. There's high fives, there's hugs, there's congratulations, and if you're Fort Vancouver, why not? I mean, you've had a tough season. You haven't gotten the wins. You hadn't gotten the end zone. Here you are today. You play a second half where you pretty much play it even against Evergreen. And give your kids a chance to celebrate touchdowns and something to go into next week's practice saying, hey, this works.
And if you're Evergreen,
you're okay.
Yeah,
you're up 56-13.
Yeah, and it's nice to see all that your plays go like you drew them up. You've gotten gotten experience for 3 different quarterbacks today. It's tough to be this far up and still take lessons away. And I imagine that both coaches will have some things to teach after this game.
That's what a lot of this high school experience is all about, especially for teams that state championships aren't necessarily what their realistic goals. It's all about moving in the right direction. They're going to go with the onside kick. Why not? Evergreen's going to pick it up. That's probably going to be our last play of the game. Let's see if they will stop the clock. They will not.
That's our game,
over.
Craig.
56-13 is your final. Evergreen with the victory. Fort Vancouver, though, scores 13 points in the second half to leave with a few positives. Going to give you highlights of the second half and just kind of show you how things developed. This is early on, actually, in the first half.
That's first half highlights, and that was Griffin. Griffin found the end zone several times. They had a couple called back.
And this is what killed Fort Vancouver.
Turnovers.
All game long. Mistakes meant both mental and physical. That turned into a touchdown, another one. This one by Ziel Griffin.
Yep. Griffin had a nose for the end zone today, Craig. I mean, I'd like to see some final stats for him because they spread it around a lot. I mean, on the ground, through the air, that was such a crisp offensive play.
Here's another.
We're going to have
another mistake. We loved it. Maybe my favorite play. Alex Rodriguez, 6'4", 280, gets his hands on the football.
And here's the catch.
Woo, look at the steal. That is just a steal from Luke Allen, the junior. Turned an interception into a touchdown. Bad snap over the head of the punter for Fort Vancouver.
Just
that
fall on
turns
that,
into
yep.
a wonderful special teams play from Evergreen. It went down to the 1-yard line and turned into a quick touchdown. This is a first down pitch and catch from Blaze to Nadal Hodzik, and then it turns into a beautiful bomb, complete Blaze into the hands of Burns.
Yeah, that was...
Blaze to Burns, I mean, does it get better than that?
No, I think that's a fiery play.
Not a lot of highlights in the first half for Fort Vancouver. This is a nice return, didn't turn into points, but what it didn't turn into is a turnover. Blaze in again. This is a handoff, a fumble recovered for Fort Vancouver. That's the defensive highlight for them.
Yeah, but Multisanti made up for that fumble on defense and on offense as the game went on.
Second half now. That's a touchdown off the screen pass. But here we
Here's
go.
the run.
Good for Fort Vancouver after a tough half and a tough season. They're celebrating a touchdown from Nehemiah Pokrashid, who got in the end zone. Saw the high fives.
Let's see that one again. He broke a tackle there. Didn't let that guy touch him and then plowed in. It's strong.
And look at the celebration.
Good looking run.
Yes. Enjoy it.
Yeah.
Enjoy it. You deserved it.
It's what you practice for.
Blaze back to pass, a wide open
This
receiver.
And then once he found the sideline, Craig, that was
Tay Marks getting it done.
good work. That was a great play.
Exclamation mark on the end of that one from Marks into the end zone. But how about Fort Vancouver's
Going to
freshman?
the air.
That's
Last
Devin
play of the
Turner.
game.
Beautifully done. Touchdown. Sean Minta into the end zone for our final points of the game. Once again, Fort Vancouver gets into the end zone beautifully. 13.
Nice
they
effort.
lose 56-13. Congratulations to Evergreen, but hey, positive strides for Fort Vancouver in the second half. I'm Craig Burnback, and for Orion Ludlow, my sidekick tonight, we thank you very much for tuning in and watching
Vancouver Public Schools VPS Game Time.
Good night, everybody.